Hello there. I'm Steve from Mac84, and hopefully this is live because buttons are confusing sometimes. How you doing? We have an interesting stream here. Well, I hope it's interesting. We'll see if you find it interesting or not by the like or the lack of dislike counter on the thing. But anyway, today we are going to tinker around with some stuff. We're going to look at some things, and that is just about as generic as I will keep it. But we do have a very special guest here that's joining us for part of the stream. And here they are. I don't know if you could guess who they are, but I think his name is Ronald McDonald. What's your name, sir? That Ron.
It's
okay,
Ron from Ron's computer video. Steve,
thank you for introducing yourself.
Steve, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me in whatever the heck this shenanigans is. I mean, this is just dangerous, but
yes, I think so too.
We're both slightly sleep deprived for different reasons. But
I was just on a different show earlier this morning that filmed 3 days ago at 2 a.m. So with the time change, it was rough. It was rough. I was like, what's your time zone again? Mars? I don't even know.
Yeah, well, that happens. It happens. Oh boy. So we had a little bit of a fun thing today. Ron was on the Retro Mac cast, and I was originally going to be on, but then Joe and Ron were both available. So I said, let them take the limelight, those young kids. I don't need to be waking up at that early hour.
I don't blame you, because it felt really a lot earlier than probably what it even was. And hopefully it all turns out okay. But it was all in service of Marchintosh, the month-long plug that I'm going to give for that event. Actually, no, Marchintosh.com. You get more information. The hashtag this year is hash, or what are the kids calling it these days? Pound? What is it? I haven't dialed the rotary.
Be careful of your words.
Forever. Yeah. So it's the hashtag is Marchintosh 2022.
There we go.
And
that is excellent.
There's a litany of content out there, both sort of videos and blog posts and skywriting. I don't know. It's just this year is just there's been such an outpouring of different things. So I'm just excited, and I'm excited to be here, Steve.
I hope you are, because
in my basement, remotely connected to your basement.
And as Ron pointed out, as I was cobbling together this background graphic about 5 seconds before we went live, we're on the middle shelf, so that's good. We're right in the middle there.
Yeah,
and
we're not bargain basement, but we're not like the expensive stuff. So frugal shoppers will recognize our value.
Yes. I hope they will. So let's say hello to a few people in the chat here. Otherwise, they will smash that dislike button. So we have the Nintendo nerd. We have Skanja. Sure, we'll just pronounce it that way. Shonja.
Shon.
Okay. All right, I'll take your word for it. Eric is here. Garth is here. Adam, of course, and you could take this one. Galgazma Art.
I think
Gaming.
it's a 3, so it's Golem or Art. Golem Art Gaming.
We're just going to say hi to people. Hi. Christian's here.
Fog Wraith. He's got like +10 on cold.
Rendino, Garth, Bobby. Who else we miss? Chris, Retrotech Chris. Hello, Chris. Brian's here. S Shrek, not the regular Shrek. S Shrek. It's just the big difference. Mitchell of Mystery Science Theater fame is here.
Yes.
Let's see. Anybody else I didn't say hello to? Show Fox, Farouk, Tross. Eric is here. Hello, Eric, and George, and Kate is here, and all these fancy people.
Kate is here. Hey, actually, this would be a great time.
Plug.
I have to pitch my new product. My new product that's going to be available on March 1st. Only one day this year. March 1st is going to be a cool fez hat for your Mackie. So if you are a fan of the Macintosh librarian and you're a fan of Mackie, you can get a cute little hat or a cute little fez for your Mackie. And if they have just completed a doctorate program, you can always do that. So there's lots of fun things you can do. So anyway, it's
and how much are those going for?
I haven't decided yet, but it's really it's
How many easy payments do I have to make?
it's a commodity market, but I'm talking with the Home Shopping Network people, so I think we're going to get it locked down in the next few days. Easily by the 32nd of March, we should have finalized pricing.
Well, these are all the accessories that you need to build your Mackie army. Obviously, that's where I'm seeing all gold and silver. I don't really trust those, but the 3D printed Mackie army market, I think that you get your hats, you get your wardrobe, you get your accessories, a keyboard, a mouse, maybe some other peripherals, an image writer too. I mean, these are all strong contenders.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
All right, great. That's that. I'm so glad everyone's behind this. Kate's not suing, which is great.
Well, not yet.
You, Kate.
I think she's probably gonna. It's like most companies. You just let stuff go, and then you see how much money they made, and then that's when the legal action starts.
That's when. Yeah. That's. Oh, okay. They're gaining traction now. Let's hit them when they're down. That's great.
That's exactly right.
All right. So Ron and I were talking earlier, as if we do talk offline. This is just to convince the audience that we're friends.
Right. The people that handle my management team, his lawyer's caddy got a hold of Steve's people in New York, and they were like, "Are you available to do this?" And I was like, I'm shooting that Aqua Velva ad, and then I got that thing for isotoner gloves. And then, if he's free, we could do this. And so thankfully,
Ron's on a very tight schedule today. Yeah.
Our schedules meshed, and here we are.
So we had the silly idea, and I actually recorded 2 of these, and I never posted them. I think they're just on Patreon. But I at one point just was browsing eBay and was just commenting on the prices to myself, because I talk to myself because there's something wrong with my brain. And I figured, hey, that might be semi-entertaining. So now with Ron here, we know it's going to be entertaining. So,
yes, it's a lot of pressure on me, but I appreciate it.
we're gonna set a timer on this, so we don't overstay our welcome of 8 hours and 53 minutes and 23 seconds.
Steve, I was going to say we are going to have a timer on this, so that way that we don't go over. Listen, the original Macintosh team and I spoke.
Andy was very upset.
Yes, he was like, like Burrell and all those guys. They are like, give me some pineapple pizza. You got 1 hour.
Oh God, this is going to be much more than an hour. But anyway, we'll try. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start sharing a lovely eBay screen, and Ron can start his timer, which is cut off by the shrinking. So you might have to move your timer over like 2 millimeters to the left.
It's all right.
But well, when it goes into minutes, we could see. So gearing up for whatever the heck ad this is. We have to welcome spring, even though it just snowed yesterday here. But anyway, would you like to set us off in the right direction, Ron, by giving us a term or a keyword, as the kids call it, the AOL keyword?
I would say that my best luck comes from when people spell things incorrectly.
There used to be a website that would search eBay listings for you. I think it was like Fat Finger or something like that. And I got so many good things. This is like 20 years ago, just by doing that. So, let's see what you suggest, and we'll see if anything interesting comes up.
Well, I would say we should spell PowerBook with 2 words.
Okay, PowerBook. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in quotes. Look at that. These are eBay power selling tips right here. We got a psychic book. Maybe that'll help us get some power books at a cheaper price, you think?
Maybe. You never know.
Maybe. Mothering. Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah, nice.
I don't think this is going to help us, because we do not need immortality at this point. Maybe for the Spindler plastic. But Wizards and Warlords, or whatever that is.
Fine. Nice.
All of $14.99. It could be yours. This guy doesn't look too impressed by his own hats. I'm just pulling that out there. I mean, he's like, "You're gonna buy these hats, or ain't you?" I don't know what to tell you.
I'm a fat guy that quit my job in sanitation to start a hat business.
So we're getting suggestions to type in Macintosh without the A. Do you want to try that?
Or
do you want to keep continuing down? We could go. Wait. Yeah, with categories. Hold on. Computers. There we go. Look at this beautiful mouse pad that is exactly how you would envision the Apple logo.
I mean, it's especially, yeah. I mean, when it's slightly too tilted far back.
I think there's a medication for that,
Yeah.
to make your Apple Leaf look its best.
Right.
Oh, and they have colors too.
Oh, well, thank God there's options for things I'll never buy.
I'm glad. I'm glad they just shoved all the keywords in here. Clamshell, G3, PowerBook. Oh my God. And of course, look at the icon trying to be all Stevie. Oh my goodness. Question mark for the Mac or PC?
No,
we don't know.
Actually, a friend of mine bought one of these, a PC user, and his mouse exploded when he put it down on it. So I would not recommend.
Well, important, please read. All these mouse pads are handmade with high quality hard foam material.
Okay.
Not your typical boring mouse pad that costs 25 cents and is sold for $20. No, we sell these.
Wait,
for
it said it was
$14.90.
Right, yeah. Didn't it say it was manufactured in China? Or not manufactured in China?
Not mine. Oh,
yeah. See,
manufactured in China.
Yeah, that's oddly spaced.
There's a space here.
I know. He was like, for a second, he was like, am I still in typing class? I better put 2 spaces at the end of this sentence.
Well, I think Sean from Action Retro needs the purple one here. And I need the key lime one. At $14, I mean, look at the quality of this. This is not one image changed with hue and saturation in Photoshop.
No,
this is,
somebody went through all the trouble of placing it down and taking a photo. I mean, have you priced digital photography these days? This must have cost a fortune.
Well, in Miami Beach, Florida, you could just visit the factory for yourself. And yeah, I'm going to close out of this.
Yeah, save 15%, folks. So there you go.
Well, we have a S-Video to RCA composite TV out adapter, $20. I'd say no, that's too expensive.
Yeah.
We do have a PowerBook.
I do like this PowerBook 150, which I guarantee
from Bruce's land. I bet Bruce is selling it.
But $435 US.
Ooh.
Oh, did it have a screen?
It has a line on the screen.
Oh yeah.
But you can see the cursor is trying to be there.
Right. Yeah.
We got a bag. We got a bag that has spiders living in it, so that's okay. And some cat hair and dog hair.
Yeah. I mean, that's just added bonus right there.
We got the plastics, which look okay, I suppose.
Well, how does it look on the modem port? Because that's normally like a stress place where it breaks.
Well, here we have this is the rare version without the modem, gentlemen.
Oh wow! Yeah. I didn't want to spend too much on my PowerBook 150, so I opted not to get the modem. said no one ever.
Oh God! Yeah, so this comes with the risk of Australian spiders and scorpions and snakes that will eat yourself whole. And look at that window knob on the left. That is I like it. It's good. Is that a mail slot under it?
A hole in the drywall that just goes straight outside.
That's where the PowerBooks are shipped out. They just shove it. That's
how the spiders get in. They got a spider door in their house. Oh man, I want to know. If Bruce is here, he should tell me because
I think he's asleep still. Unfortunately,
yeah, probably. But I'm just thinking, do Australian houses have like spider doors in their house, like American houses have cat doors? Just let them in and out.
Oh God. Well,
$435, Steve. I'm just gonna say,
I shouldn't have bought that Mac Studio. I should have just
thumbs down on that one, Steve.
I don't know, for approximately $435 plus $100 approximate shipping, I could get the worst PowerBook ever made with a funky Australian power adapter. Which
I do like that though. Yeah.
Let's read the horrible description here. Boots up, but screen shows floppy disk icon. Hard disk died? Question mark.
Yeah. All of those
sounds working. It sounds working. I'm sure that sound is not a working sound.
Well, hold on though. There could be a language barrier here. It sounds like it's whacking.
I'm sorry, Bruce. I have no control over Ron. This is for when Bruce watches the stream 8 years from now.
No, it's okay. It's everybody hates Paul Hogan. So if you just say I'm doing Paul Hogan, they're like, oh, that's fine. Good on you.
I'm glad he points out the line on the screen. Comes with charge and original bag. So is that change, or is he trying to refer to the charger?
I think
you might have to go through your accent again, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Comes with charge. charge for shipping.
Charge for shipping. All right, so that's a miss.
Yeah, that is a miss.
Oh, we got some other things here. You have a PowerBook G4
for parts.
No cords, shows a lot of wear, missing 2 keys. See, that is, a parts machine, $20 for a bidding auction thingamajig. I don't think that's bad. It looks like a 15-inch.
Yeah.
I mean, these are, oh yeah, never mind. Someone pried the well, maybe the screen still works. We have some loveliness here.
Cabbage there. I'm just thinking if the
how do I get this open?
If the oh hey, I found my opener tool. Found it. It was at the bottom of the toolbox.
A dull spoon, that'll do it.
Sorry, it's the toolbox that I wash all the rest of our dishes in.
Property of Education Management Corporation. Well, I have to report you.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
They put that in a good place so that way that you could never ever remove it from the laptop.
Sold as picture. Yeah. All right. Well, this actually isn't a bad price. $30 for a yo-yo adapter. Oh, this is the newer one. Okay, this is the one for the Snow Eye books, not the original clamshell, because the barrel is a little smaller. I didn't even know they made these for those until I found one recently. But yeah, so this was probably came with a G4 of some kind.
Yeah,
but that's not bad if it works.
Yeah, not terrible.
I know there was a recall for some of them because the wires were so thin at one point. But what should I click on next, Ron? Let's make this a little interactive.
I would keep scrolling a bit.
Oh, I just want to see if this one is the clamshell. Oh, this is a clamshell one. Look at that.
Yeah, nice.
I think it might have been moved, stressed a little bit.
Yeah.
Just of course they give you a close up there of the model number. But I know someone on Discord or somewhere, and see there's blackness here. That just screams shorting out. That's what a lot of the problems had with these. There's these no good sometimes. So
somebody posted a video the other day with some MacBook or something, and they were flexing the cable and watching it short out, and I'm just like, why?
Why?
I mean, yeah, why? Sure, but why?
But why? Let's make this a little bigger so we don't go blind here. But you see anything you want to click on? Any good PowerBook deals?
I have been hitting my scroll wheel for like 10 minutes straight here, and nothing happens, Steve.
Oh God. Let's look at this guy for a while. What is this?
A 1400? I don't know.
Oh boy, $500. Very good and working condition. He's got the shout, of course. That's I'm going to
floppy
drive. Got the door. Doesn't have any upgrades or anything. It looks.
They do have a best offer on it, so I would say
$2, $3.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say, what were the accessories that it included there?
It looks like it has the CD-ROM module and the floppy module. So at least that's good, and it does turn on.
If it had the zip module, maybe I would be like,
but maybe, I mean, that's a
not
lot of money.
$500. There's a make offer on it at least, but I'm curious if the make offer is $499.99.
Well, this is honey. I posted on eBay. Nobody's buying it.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah. Wife said to sell it.
I tried. I like everything is in caps here. Everything very good on working condition. And you just go down here. Apple Macintosh PowerBook.
I apologize for the poor quality of the photos working.
It's made in the United States.
Yeah.
It's a rare model, folks.
It is a rare model.
And he apologize for poor quality of photos working.
I apologize. It's
what's this?
When I hear that stuff, there used to be a show on TV called Ugly Americans, and there was a guy that they just called Croatian Man. And like when he speaks, it sort of sounds like this. So lots of times that is the voice I hear in my head when I read things like that.
Well, this is interesting. This is a Apple Macintosh CD-ROM encyclopedia. Oh, excuse me. Family health book. Look how healthy they are.
Yeah.
How computers work. I want that.
Right.
And the view from Earth. Well, let's see if how computers work is on Macintosh Garden, because I'm too poor to spend $25 and $8.95 shipping.
I will tell you that those discs are Performa bundle discs for like a 550 or a 575 or something. and they probably were like, "Oh, we made too many. We've got too many. We've got to."
Well, this person alone has more than 10, and they've sold over
Nah,
9.
right.
So,
I would say a good make offer on this is $5 with free shipping.
there is an offer. Free shit, you pay me. How about that? I gotta
Exactly.
log in here. I'm not
You
gonna
want
do
this garbage out of your house? It's going to cost you.
that. Yeah, this is yeah, and that's I just want this. I just want the how computers work to see how dated that is, because that would be funny, in my view. But
Oh yeah, no, I like that.
but that's I'm gonna bookmark. I'm not signed in here, but I'm gonna bookmark that for later, so I never look at it again.
Right.
And yeah, so
Bookmark.
what else we got?
Yeah.
Bookmark. What's that? That's not a bad deal on a video cable.
Yeah,
$13.
actually, that's a really good deal on that power supply, that G4 like third-party power supply. $15, not too bad if you're missing one.
Yeah, and then this one,
that's right about the right price.
Yeah, so this will work for like your snow ones and your titanium and aluminum. You know, all those metals.
Yes, aluminum. Yes.
And this video cable is good. That's how you
price.
get video
That's
out.
Price on that, I would say.
Oh yeah, free shipping.
$10 is I would say if I went to a show, I'd pay like $10 for one, $7 to $10 or something. But shipped in this economy,
I gotta put in a box. I gotta print out a label on it.
Yeah.
I gotta hand it off to the mailman. Now this is interesting. This is an EtherMac PC card, and this is a Farallon.
Yeah.
So what? Okay. Oh.
So a PCMCIe card with like a big old dongle on it.
Yeah, let's stress the heck out of that connector and just chomp that off.
It's funny, like what we used to put up with.
Untested, sold as is. Well, let's look at all the pictures here, because I think we're only getting
criteria again, or this is still on PowerBook, right?
Yeah, we're just still on Power Space Book and end quote.
Great, because I'm seeing different auction results when do you not have this sorted by
I don't know. Like I just opened a private window.
Lowest, or what do you have at best match?
Let's see, because I opened up a new window. It doesn't even have my right address or zip code. I don't know like where it's getting this information from. That's like a few towns over.
Because when I search PowerBook and I put my zip in, I get quite a bit of other.
Let me put. I'll put another town in there. Let's see if we get something different. Same stuff. Looks like.
Okay.
I'm just curious about this because I see the AAUI. Okay, so that's what this looks like. It looks like you get this adapter with 2 plugs, an Ethernet cable, and then this BNC thin net or whatever it is,
right?
Dealy. And so I'm just curious. Oh, we got release notes. There we go. That's nice. What we need.
Just in case there's an update.
Register now and you could win a Power Mac or 46 laptop. I think I'd rather have the Power Mac. I think so. Thank you.
486 laptop. Yeah, that sounds.
Oh, never mind. It's a 6100. That's a toss up there. That's a hard pass. I don't know.
That's a rough one.
Oh, look at this lovely photo that they printed out for emcomt.edu. What is that?
Thank God I know their IP range.
This is a recurring trend today, isn't it, Ron?
Yeah, it is.
eBay posts with IP address details.
People just want to show me their MAC address, man. I don't know why it is.
It's a weird flex.
Yeah,
it's a weird flex.
It's funny.
So I would almost get this, but the problem is, you'll notice it's missing the card. This is just the adapter.
I'm not sure how useful that is.
Yeah, this is just the adapter that would plug into if you already had the card. And you don't have the card or the Ethernet adapter cable. It's just this BNC thin net, whatever it's called. But I do like this Macintosh PowerBook qualified sticker with the Apple logo on it. Mm-hmm. That might be worth the $35 and $10.90 shipping. Sorry, Ron. You want to flip over to your screen? You have some good things.
No, it's okay. No,
keep doom scrolling here.
This. Yeah, we talked about is this doom scrolling, looking for the worst auctions, but Steve brought up we might find some Maxell batteries, so we're going to call it boom scrolling.
So we got a PowerBook manual. We also got an empty box.
I see that a lot too.
Now, to be honest, I guess $50 shipped for an empty box of something, like if you really wanted it, I think that would be my maximum like amount. Like if it would have to be like a power CD box or a quick take box or something that like is a little piece to complete your collection. I'd say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Oh, we got a Jonathan Goldman aspiration person here putting their brand name over everything.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to say that name out loud?
Yeah, I was going to say he who shall not be named.
The guy with the things.
Baron von Polka Dot. Yeah.
Baron von Polka Dots. Mr. Polka Dots. We'll edit that out in the post. That doesn't exist. Yeah. Let me just close all these windows here. But yeah, if anybody has the How Computers Work CD-ROM with your Performa buried in your attic somewhere, please fish it out. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. There was an auction that I did see that it was for PowerBook 520s. There were like two PowerBook 520s.
Yeah. Where'd that go? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
So I just this one that we just looked at here. It's a 145, $80, but you do have a best offer.
Make offer.
Does not display video on screen.
Yeah.
So probably the caps, or they just broke it. But in good condition. So yeah, let's take a look at these 520 series or 540. Let's see what they are.
Yeah.
So we have a 520 and a 520. So they're both the grayscale models.
Yes. Well, no, they're yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
They don't appear to be in terrible shape. Let's see if
they do have some cracks and things like that. But I was going to say that $75 shipped. So you realistically got to think that this probably costs like $55. Probably going to be about $20 in shipping, maybe.
That's really not a bad deal for parts.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to give those, Steve. I just want to go on record as saying thumbs up. Thumbs up on those, Steve.
Well, I hear the cat making awful noises upstairs. So I'm going to skillfully and effortlessly transfer my screen sharing to your screen sharing for the next 60 seconds or so. So you could enchant us with stories of whatever you're looking at while I make sure
with stories.
I make sure the cat isn't like digging in the toilet or something like that. Which, let's be honest,
working pretty hard. All right, so how do I share my screen? I can share.
There should be a button that says share, and then you click on that,
and I can pick a window.
Share it.
Right,
save the good ones for me.
I'm adding it to the stream.
There you go. I will be back in hopefully under 3 minutes, unless I'm fighting with the cat.
So. Oh, it's okay. All right. So, just
get the real saucy ones out of the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, all right, sounds good. I searched PowerBook, and then I went down to laptop desktop accessories, or what there was a vintage computing. Ooh, I like that. So, but I was not seeing good things like Steve was seeing. I do see some things like this PowerBook 100 for parts, but this is an auction with 3 days left. So who can say where that's going to end up? But I do like some of the, a top bezel, $20. Not too good. Steve's pretty good at this, I would say. Much better than I am at this. I am not getting great results here. But just gonna boom scroll here for a minute or two and see what I can find. If I can find anything good, it'd be great. Oh yeah, that's from Canada. That's not a great deal. Gonna go thumbs down on that one. Okay, hold on. I've got to I gotta switch my stuff, and I gotta switch back. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I figured it out. So let's see what else we got. PowerBook 180, unknown specs, does not boot, missing parts, $45. Let's see. Let's look at this one. Oh man, that screen Oh no. Oh no. Invert the price sorting. Yes. Because I was doing this earlier. I was doing price push shipping lowest. So maybe let's just do best match. And I think that's what's going to get us some better results. Thank you, Kate, for the advice there. But there's those two 520s. Maybe that's not a terrible deal if you are looking for parts for that. PowerBook 150 repair, no chargers, 75, 80, $90. Yeah, I'm gonna say no, Scott. No, Scott. Let's see. Actually, I'd love to look at some buy it now stuff, because I don't want to think about waiting on an auction for like 9 months. So PowerBook Duo floppy adapter. Ugh. $30. I don't think so. I'm thinking that the floppy adapter also includes ADB, so that's maybe not
a bad price, really.
Terrible.
I mean, let's put it this way: if you don't want to use the trackball, and you have a floppy drive,
right?
And was that free shipping? I wouldn't say that's a terrible price.
Yeah.
So I've seen those go for stupid money. So I mean, that is the most basic adapter, but
yeah, I was just thinking I'd really love to find the mini dock or something like that at some point in the future. That would be.
I had one with the Ethernet, and I gave it to a friend in the early 2000s. I still know them, but it's one of those things where it's like I bug them every few months, and they're, oh yeah, I'll look for it, and I don't think I'm ever getting it back.
Maybe not. Well, here's a beautiful.
It's just got some spider webs on it.
Well, yeah, across the whole screen, so you can see where the screen is cracked and the liquid has drained out. But I think my favorite part is over here on the side. We couldn't get the battery out because it's so swole, so we just ripped the cover off the battery. And then zombified keyboard. Love that.
Oh God.
Oh, nice close up.
Email. 1 second. Sorry.
Nice close up of the destroyed screen.
Oh, I do like the Apple Care sticker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it's got Apple Care, so you're all set. Oh Lord. Hey, I love it where you can really read it. I'd be like, I've got an Apple Care account. You can totally call in and troll Apple Care on this.
I do have some good pictures because Tom Barber picked up an LC at VCF East Swap Meet just a few weeks ago, and so I have a good picture of his LC which has those stickers on it. I would love to like just recreate a little template for them because they look so cool,
Oh yeah. Print them at home or do them yourself. The $20 for that. I mean, I guess if you don't have a 3D printer, I guess stuff like this. I keep seeing this, and
at free shipping or
man, it better be come to your house and install them.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think yes, so your time and money, and you buying those little washers on eBay and whatever, sure, but it's a bit much for me. Usually it's like, you give me a few bucks, pay me shipping, and I'll send it your way. You figure it out, type deal.
Yeah. But
I don't know how much. Hey, the prices of filament through the roof these days.
Right.
Look at that one. PowerBook 180, unknown specs, does not boot, missing parts.
Yeah, I kind of looked at this for a second ago, but yeah, this is pretty much. Yeah. Now here's the thing, and I don't think people think about this very much. Is you can buy some of these cheap broken PowerBook 180s. And potentially open it up and find yourself a big old RAM upgrade. And that would be, I mean, again, it's pig in a poke. You're just kind of taking a chance that you might be able to find something like that. But I have been able to get RAM modules and stuff for PowerBooks by buying dead units and then upgrading other units. So that does have a little bit of value. Steve, do you want me to hand this back to you?
I am just responding to an email.
Okay, well, you take your time.
Somebody
don't worry. I'll do all the heavy lifting.
Somebody said, Steven hasn't been responding to this. Somebody please contact Steven. And I'm copying the email that I sent out like days ago saying, I already answered you guys. What the heck is your problem?
Exactly. Take your time. I want to talk about PowerBook 150 plastics. So
we'll be here for a few hours, folks.
Yeah, we will. $116 buy it now with free shipping. Still not worth it. I'm looking at this. But down here, if I can't move my mouse because it will disrupt what's going on. But if you look down at the bottom there by where the modem connection is, that's such a poor design on Apple's part that they have a screw there, because they are all broken. I mean, I've yet to see one that's not.
I have one that it's not, but I almost broke it opening it because I didn't see that screw when I was dismantling it. And I'm like, why isn't this thing opening? And that's.
Well, I do like that they include like a little pile of kibble over there.
Those are your spare beans.
Is this stuff that flew out at high speed when I ripped the screen open like this was a brand new laptop?
Oh God.
So this kind of sucks. Yeah. The other thing on these PowerBook 150s and stuff is you check for RAM upgrades. Yeah, no hard drive. Or is no, that's the cover.
It looks like it's there. I mean, at least like look, if you need the hard drive cable or something like this, these parts machines, that's what they're for. They're parts. Yeah. Don't expect it all to be happy and working.
Right. But no RAM upgrade. So that's kind of a pain in the butt ski on those machines because they use Duo RAM.
Oh, that's right. Well, we do have 50 people here watching, according to YouTube, maybe. It fluctuates. So I just want to remind everybody of Marchintosh. This is going on this month of March.
Yes.
And use the hashtag MARCHintosh2022 on your Macintosh content, whether it's a video or a blog post or anything like that. And if you want to go to Marchintosh.com, you have all the information there. And we got a super chat first of the day. My goodness. We have a question which I probably can't answer, but we'll try. Malto says, hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. Question for you guys. How much is reasonable asking price for a late 2015 4K 21.5-inch iMac? I'm selling my base model. Ron, take it away.
I would love to field this question, sir. And here's how it goes. Let's get a general idea of what your item is worth by heading over.
I like your search for your saved search for.
Well, that was because that was what we were talking about earlier with the white.
And thank you much for the super chat. Eep! Before I forget, thank you. But this is a good trick that Ron's going to teach y'all.
4K. 21.5 inch. We're going to give it as much data as we can, and we will see what's out here. We'll see what's out here. Okay, price plus shipping equals lowest. We streamline your search results. See more results. I want to see all the results.
Oh, there you go. The screws. That's what we need.
Yeah, that's really what we need. So let's go through.
Price by price, maybe. Well, I guess.
I've got it lowest. I've got it lowest first.
Do they still let you do the range on the left?
Well, actually, let's look.
Yeah, I think it's a bit up. Yeah, just like everything under $20 just hide. I think it's at the top. Or maybe not. Maybe my brain broke. You were scrolling and I saw it on the left. I just don't know where it went.
Okay, well here I'm gonna.
There it is.
Under $350. So let's say the minimum is $100.
Okay, so that's just the glass.
And let's go $75 maybe. Because that totally just displays. Okay, well here we go. All right. So we have, but I want to also see, now that I've got kind of a good idea, I'm seeing results. I'm going to go down and I'm going to say sold items. And so now I can see maybe some recent items that were sold and what they sold for. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my eyes to figure out which of these items most closely match my machine. I'm going to note those values.
It almost sounds like you've done this before, Ron, on a YouTube short or something.
People ask about this all the time. So since I'm seeing a couple of these, here's an 8 gig, here's a 16 gig. We do have some differences here in CPU speed. There's a couple of 3.1s, 3.5. So what I'm going to do is real simple. I'm just going to find machines that exactly match mine based on these search criteria. I'm going to go down to where it says sold completed auctions, click that, and I'm going to get like a minimum of 3. If you want to do 5, if you want to do 10 that match yours, that's fine. You take those numbers, you add those numbers together, and then you divide it by the number of things you added together. and you will get your average. And that will
Wait, this is
probably,
math. This
I
smells
know,
like math.
it smells like maths, I know, but it'll probably give you an average of what your item is really worth. So like this one's tough, like this item, because there is kind of a bunch of different, like, you know, options for what your configuration might be. But if I say Macintosh Plus, this is a great example of the other thing I wanted to point out. You have to eliminate outliers from your data. So I can look at this auction right here that says restored Mac Plus keyboard mouse. It all looks like it's working, maybe, I don't know, without going more in depth on the auction. $400 plus $75 shipping, so $475. That is probably going to be an outlier on what this thing really costs. $539, that's an outlier. There's no way.
I like this with the crossed out keyboard and mouse. Like, you know, those aren't included in the drive.
Yeah, these items have already sold. Sorry, they're part. I don't know how to take more than one photo, folks. I know how it works. Goodbye, everybody. So that's probably not based in reality, like some of those prices. Like I would say some of these other prices are not really based in reality, because you can look and you can also see, like, you know, did they actually really sell? Did they accept an offer? Because don't forget, there's a lot of times you can just accept an offer because this is somebody just, you know,
yeah, and eBay doesn't
laundering money.
Not that we know anybody who does that. Yeah,
no,
but eBay will not disclose the offer. So if you have it for $199, make an offer, and somebody offers $100 and they accept that offer, it may tell you an offer has been accepted, but it won't tell you anything else.
Which is why services like WorthPoint that want to charge you to do what we just did for free are bull.
Yeah, that's
so they might have pretty pictures. It might be nice. You can go out there and farm photographs for a project or something you're working on. But the pricing out there, it's not based in reality. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Well, I appreciate your 2 cents. And I just found another PowerBook video cable for $42 instead of $15 or $13. So that just proves that was a good deal before that we saw.
Yeah, I want to bring special attention to this rare vintage PowerBook battery, Project Red PowerBook battery. Steve, we should, you know what? It's only, 3 million easy monthly payments. What is going on here, Steve? A red PowerBook, or a red-ended PowerBook battery. What does that mean?
I'm pretty sure someone just painted this and they are trying to hawk it as a special edition battery for that. What was it? The Golfers League in Japan. That special, JLPGA. Yeah. The ladies PGA golf in Japan. Yeah, that I don't. I mean, sure, it could be legitimate. But I mean, how easy would it be to just spray paint that red? And for that amount of money, who's going to know the difference?
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's that crazy machine.
Color. And sure, if you're missing a battery for it, sure. But I mean, you could get any PowerBook, and it's a 150 for God's sake. You can get any PowerBook and just take the battery cover off of your swollen battery, dip it in some good quality paint, and you're saved $2,500.
All you need is a Japanese keyboard. You could make this at home.
You can just get some paint, and you're off to the races.
Just go romper room on this thing, and you're all set.
Oh, we have some great ideas, don't we, Ron? This is just
we absolutely do. That's crazy. $2,500 for the battery. All right, Steve, I'm going to pass this back to you.
Sure. Let me get up my my thingamajig. So we are still searching for PowerBooks here. Let me just move my windows around because the monitor I'm on, it's a little tiny monitor.
We could take a break. We can actually, why don't we shift and talk about maybe some Macs that we'd recommend for people?
No, that'll be useful.
That's useful information. We can't do that.
Well, I'm just curious if we could. Yeah, but no, we will touch on that. But I'm just curious if I could find something. Please continue.
No, I was just going to say, because if people were maybe looking for some advice, that they were like, oh, Steve, I just, back in the day, I had, I went to school. We had a whole computer lab full of black and white all-in-one Macs. And I am just interested in maybe purchasing one for nostalgia and for upgrade purposes. Which one would you recommend?
And
I know which one I'd recommend, but
that's great, because I actually did a video on that. It's called Vintage Apple Basics, and it does talk about the first compact Macs as part of the subject. The link is in the video description. But essentially, yeah, you have to. What I always tell people is think, what are you going to use the computer for? That is what I ask them. They want to play
old
series
black
of
and white games.
Yeah, so if you want to play old black and white games, that's anything from Mac Classic SE downward, you'd be perfectly fine with. Yeah, see, these are the fun things that I find. Like right computer, right here, right now, $4.99 with a nice chewed off corner.
I like how they were like, Vertical Horizon is going to sue Apple over that slogan. We're like, right here, right now, that's our one song.
That wasn't a mute to to lessen your joke. I just had a coughing fit there, but
that's all right. I just but hey, Steve, let me ask you this. So would you really recommend like a Mac Plus to someone versus over an SE? Like a SE? Yeah.
I would say from the price point, like if money is no object and you don't mind spending at least $100 to get the appropriate keyboard, or you don't mind paying $20 in parts to build a keyboard adapter or have somebody build a keyboard adapter for Mac Plus, Mac 512, Mac 128K, then sure, go ahead and get one of those machines. They're fun. They are limited to what they could do with the floppy drives in them and everything like that. But if you don't mind and you really want, for whatever reason, the 128K, the 512, the Plus, you go ahead and get it. My thing would be, you could get more bang for your buck elsewhere. So if you're trying to really save on what you're spending on these things, because let's be honest, anything you buy is going to need work. Unless it's fully recapped and it's been professionally cleaned and all that stuff, whatever you buy, either the logic board, the analog board, the floppy drive, the cables, the fuses on the board, anything is going to probably need work, especially if you're getting on eBay and it's untested and all this stuff. So for most bang for your buck, I would say maybe look for an original Macintosh SE, hopefully one that's not has an 800K drive, because if you have an FDHD model or a super drive model, you have a bit more compatibility. But even if you got an 800K drive, something to start with, something that you're interested in, because they have SCSI built in. So does the Plus. So if you want the Plus, that's fine, but that proprietary keyboard and the mouse is going to drag you down anytime. ADB keyboards and mice were very plentiful, made not only just by Apple, but many companies from 86 to well into the 2000s, as USB overtook things. I would say the SE is great. The SE30 is going to be more problematic. It's going to be more expensive. The capacitor and the battery issues, I think, would be a little bit. I mean, unless you're building that into your budget, or you could take care of that yourself, I would steer clear of that as your first machine. I mean, yes, they're lovely machines. If someone has one and they give it to you, then yeah, sure, take it. But I would say the SE, the logic board generally does not need to be recapped. You probably have to, pay some attention to the analog board, the power supply at some point. But I'd say it's almost the perfect machine to get into, because it does have a PDS expansion slot. You do have SCSI built in. You think that goes up to 4 megabytes of memory? So that'll run System 6 like a champ. If you really want to, make it sweat, you could put 7.5 on there and cry. But I wouldn't recommend that.
So you can put 7.5 on there, and then that's it. There will be nothing else. But
it'll be frozen forever in time.
But no, and I think an SE is like probably the way to go for like those, because I am just thinking about a Plus with like having to track down, because everybody has a Plus for sale. Nobody has a keyboard mouse that they want to throw in on it.
And I got a keyboard for a Plus that I thought was a fantastic deal last year, the year before that, but it was still $75 plus $10 shipping. And unfortunately, I have not seen one around that price. They've all gone up in price. Now, Elemento makes a good point here. He says a Plus would have fewer and only through hole caps to deal with. An SE has a bunch in the power supply, which is a problem. So, based on your comfortableness or whatever with that, or if you have somebody that could fix that stuff for you, that's something to consider. However, each of these machines is going to have their pros and cons. Like we were saying, the Plus is going to have that keyboard issue. Now, there is an adapter you can build that will let you use just a standard IBM PS2 keyboard on your Plus. Sure, the aesthetic is out the window, but if you have the mouse and you have the Plus and it's all ready to go, and that is the factor there, and you don't really care about the period appropriate keyboard, I think it's a USB teensy board you could do. I have a video on it on the channel somewhere. Just search for Macintosh Plus keyboard and you'll find it. But that is something that you can do to mitigate that cost a little bit. But unfortunately, those keyboards are getting harder to find, and that's the mouse too. The mouse, you could usually find them for under $30 to $40 in rough shape. I bought two that were in a package deal. I think it was like $30, but they were like both listed as parts. But you could probably combine one, to work. But that's, the ADB stuff is getting a bit more expensive as all this stuff is, because people have pipe dreams and want $2,500 for a dead battery with the red cover. But but you could find those Mac Alley mice, those third-party mice that are not going to cost you that much. I'd say, spending over $25 on a keyboard or a mouse is probably something you want to avoid, because the keyboard's going to need work, the mouse is going to need cleaning. There might be some things that you have to mess with to get things working correctly. So I unless it's like sealed in the box and it's the one you're looking for, I mean, that's just me being cheap too. But there's so many of them out there. It's not like the Plus and 128K and 512K keyboards and mice. They're plentiful.
Yeah, but I kind of think about how the SCSI implementation on the Plus is not amazing. It's kind of okay. And you are absolutely locked into only being able to have 800K floppy and things like that. So there are some limitations.
I'm do searches here as you talk.
There are some limitations on a Plus. I'd say the SE kind of addresses some of that stuff, because it does allow you to basically have everything you can have with a Mac Plus, but with a better SCSI implementation, a PDS slot if you want to do
deal of the century right here from Egypt.
Nice.
They unearthed it from King Tut's tomb.
Buried with my donkey. He's my favorite honky.
Overall condition 2 out of 5. Therefore, I want $90 for it.
Yeah. You don't understand. It's those two keys that were ripped off of there, those were signed by Steve Jobs, so they're gonna be kind of
they're no longer with it, but it had the proximity to it.
Yeah, there's this hat guy. There's hat guy is
there's
back.
Hat guy again. We do have these key stem switches, which are going for stupid amounts of money. This is, I think, the keyboard cable that came with the one with the adjustable keyboard is different. I don't know why anyone would get that short, but anyway.
Wait, go back, scroll back up to that.
This guy. It's not even Apple branded. So
oh no, this is because the one for the adjustable keyboard, they're right angles.
Yes. So this is if you really want to keep your keyboard very close to the computer. I mean, get an S video
just
cable
hanging off the back of the machine.
Yeah, it's 52 of these sold. People must be desperate, I guess. But
I don't know. That's pretty expensive for like $5 shipping. That's like $1. That'd be like $1 to like flat envelope that to somebody.
Yeah, there's let's just say Apple keyboard. Whoopsies.
No, I like that. No. You might be on,
okay.
You might
be onto something. All right, we're fat fingering intentionally here.
That's where all of the Mac Plus keyboards for $5 live.
Which Ron and I will be swiftly disconnecting the screen sharing and
very quickly purchasing all of those.
Yoink,
wait.
Yoink.
Go back up. Is it ADB keyboard?
No.
What is that?
It's very yellowed iMac keyboard. Look at this. Look how sad this is. This is somebody just took lemonade and poured it all over this.
I hope it's lemonade.
We hope it's lemonade. Oh gosh. So we have a bunch of the colored keyboards for the iMac. These don't go for too much. You usually get them for $30 or so. Some of these are higher than others. People think the colors are rare, but there's no sales data to back that up. So
rare, and that there's millions of them.
And a trick that I always do is I just do like minus iPad, minus MacBook, like get all those search terms of like things that are going to come up. Because if you minus them, you see the results are going down. And so that helps weed out some of the crap, because if you're just trying to find a good deal, and you're searching just for like let's do what should we search for, Ron? Give me a term.
I will say I just know what I want to search for. What
about
I
let's do like SCSI
20th anniversary Mac. Come
let's just
on,
do
roll
20th.
them dice.
Oh, we got magazines. There we go. $5. $5. So $4,500. There we go. That's not bid. Well, it's a bid. It's an auction. Just for the keyboard and the mouse.
All right, but, I'm gonna send you something in the private chat, Steve, and you can decide whether you want to put it on screen.
Now this is cool. I actually have this poster. Where'd it go? I clicked on it and it went away. I have this poster here.
Oh yeah.
And it was given to me by somebody who worked at Apple at the time. Who's like, I got a closet full of these. You want one? I'm like, yes, please. And it's the 84 thing here, and has at the bottom it says 84 to 2004. So that's when they were celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Macintosh. But I only got one of them, and it's framed in my office. So, let's not go down the rabbit hole of looking at these lovely buttons because we'll just be here all day.
Yeah.
Solar Strike gave a super chat. Let's see what this is. Solar Strike says, "Eep. Sorry to say, but it looks like I won't be able to do a second Marchintosh video this month as I hoped. It'll come in April." Well, don't worry. Marchintosh is all year round.
Marchintosh is always in your heart. So just get it done before June.
I think there was a nice song that you wanted to sing, Ron, about Marchintosh being always in your heart. Oh. You want to do that duet here, or no. You want to save that for next year?
I think it needs a little more work first.
Okay. I mean, obviously the opening bars is Marchintosh is always, and then you were very softer in your heart.
I was thinking, I thought the direction you're going is like, Marchintosh is here. Like the.
Now we have a content match. Come on, Ron. This is. ADB is here. Serial ports. Blah blah blah. All right. Anyway,
I'm sending you some good hands with some hot deals.
Hot deals. Okay.
Deals.
I'm privately looking at. Oh God, no. Why?
The second one especially.
Oh, so now we have to talk about it because you twisted my arm here. Yeah. So Ron gave me this hot tip of this great deal, and we always devolve to this. It looks like Jonathan Goldman has changed his tactics slightly to be anime Jonathan Goldman, because that is his profile photo now. Do not reproduce. Copyright 2015. So don't anybody who has looked at this image in the past 20 years and have not saved it, now you have a worse watermark on there. So yeah, this guy is off his rocker, of course. I do not trust that sold listing, as we talked about before. If you make an offer, if there's a return, that is usually affected. So somebody could have bought this, returned it, or made an offer, or something happened. They were scammed, and they were sending it back, and it just lists them as, oh, it's sold. And this just happens to be the last one. Don't buy from this clown. I'm not saying he doesn't have decent prices on a very small majority of things, but people like this are what is driving the cost in a what's the word? Fake
stratosphere.
Fake,
falsely inflating.
Thank you. There was an F in there. I mean, that's just.
There's a big F in there if you really want to get down to it, but the polite thing is to say falsely inflating prices.
This is a request from Adam. Now this auction I've seen before, and since I cannot buy it, I'm going to throw it out there. This is going to go at least to $500 or so, some ridiculous amount. Super clean, no dust, but and it turns on, So yeah, this is not battery bombed. It's confirmed working. Somebody actually found a power cable to plug it in. I know that never happens on eBay. But it has 9 bids already. Let's see how many people are fighting. Oh, I have to log in. I'm not going to do that. How many people are fighting over it? But yeah. And then some weirdo wants $1,200 for 2FX.
Way to go.
$600 for a 2CX. Really?
Way to go, House of Moth.
Yeah.
My wife said to sell them all.
This I got an Ethernet card in here. You got a video card. 600 though. Those are Australia prices. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this. At a LC3 and printer, tested, works. No buy it, no offer. It's just buy it now. You do get the boat anchor of a laser rider. If you
laser rider 360.
I love how even the box of this is basic.
Right. Not even the box couldn't be arsed.
How could we tell the customers that this is the bottom of the bin monitor?
Right. I mean, we already put Performa on it. How much more?
Wait a second. Let's lower this here. Let's just say basic. My goodness.
Yeah.
Tested works. Well, it would be nice if there was a photo of it working. That would really sell it here, because then when you get into the eBay argument, 30 days after they finally ship this to you, for the low price of free pickup from Lodi, California, you would discover, oh wait, it's battery bombed.
Yeah.
Works is not the sparks that are supposed to come out of it, working.
Mm-hmm. And that is the other thing, like on that SE Plus thing, at least on a Plus, you can look on the back and see if it's battery bombed. Because the battery door is right there on the back. On a SE, you do have to open it. But I have bought many, many SEs over the years that are completely battery bombed that still work. You just you give them like an amazing soak in like simple green, and then like a brush down with like alcohol and stuff. And I mean, serial ports might not work, something crazy like that, but they at least kind of boot and do their thing. So kinda. If you can get an amazing deal on it, it might be worth just checking out.
Yeah, I think with those, I mean, I have one that's it's the Super Drive one, so it's whatever it is, the FDHD Super Drive one, and the board is battery bombed, but I think it could be saved. And also, I just want the chip off. I just want the Wozniak chip in there, so I can just steal that swim chip out of there, and I'd be fine. But we have 6 minutes left, Ron. My goodness, we have to. Oh my gosh. We have to
find some amazing deals and fast.
Yes. Close all the tabs. We're gonna start fresh. What search terms do you? Oh wait, I have a good search term, but I'm gonna probably find something that I want to buy.
20th anniversary Mac. That was the one. That's the search term. We're gonna find a white whale today.
I'm looking for Umax stuff. Oh, we got a Umax flatbed scanner. A Firewire one. Wait a second here.
Firewire
Power look 1100. Wow,
now $25. Steve, pull the trigger, buddy.
No. I have enough.
How much is shipping? Don't even look at the shipping.
Don't even look at the shipping. This is not a bad deal for a Firewire scanner. Look, it does transparencies.
Mm-hmm.
Stop selling it to yourself, Stephen. Look at that. It has all the adapters. I don't know what that is, but it's probably the adapter that plugs into the top for the light and everything.
Yeah.
Patent pending. Very, very important.
Makes me wonder if they ever sealed the deal on that patent. Is that patent still pending? Or did you guys finish this up?
So I'm curious. I guess that's just light above there. It wouldn't be above scanning too, like double-sided.
No, cool. That's just the extra CCFLs for lighting the back of the document, or for scanning transparencies and slides.
Yeah, so Umax did make Macintosh clones for a period of time, but they also made digital cameras, scanners, all that fun stuff. I actually have 2 scanners from them. One does have all the transparency stuff like this, but it's not Firewire, it's SCSI. This is tempting, but I do not have the room for another scanner, nor the funds at the moment to just dump money. Well, how about you buy it, Ron? That sounds
I don't
like
have anything Firewire. Get me a Firewire card for my Mac SE, and we will do the do here.
What Power Macs do you have, Ron? Do you have any Power Macs?
Oh no,
you don't have any Power Macs.
Yes. Yes,
we're getting to the bottom of this.
I do. I have a couple, and they suck, Steven. They suck. Okay.
You can buy this, make it happen. It comes with the frame holders. You can scan in all your transparencies.
When you put it like that. Actually, I'm trying to find a power supply for the PowerBook 500 series, because I bought one.
Oh, those are fun. Well, let's see if we can do this. PowerBook adapter. Let's just see what comes up here. Got the someone selling Scuzzies Tuesdays.
Mhm.
This is actually a rebrand one, but I've had one of these adapters before, and they're not terrible. Let's do a page out of your book. Power Space Book. Oh, nothing. How about Power Space Book AC? Oh, well, that's a terrible. That's how about just Apple laptop AC? How about that? And we got to get rid of the word MacBook because that's just going to give us like a billion results. And let's get rid of iBook too. That's just for funsies here. And that whittles it down to 2 results, folks. This is just
Nice.
So well, you might get some good iBook ones here. $19. 20. Yeah, no, slim pickings. Slim pickings.
Yeah, no PowerBook 500 series ones. That's what I need, man. I need it.
Yeah, I have
bought
one
it and lost it.
When I showed you when you were over, it's the one that sizzles. So it's in questionable shape.
It's a hot deal. Deal.
Yeah, that's gonna do that. Well, we have 3 minutes left. What's the last search?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Ah, crap.
20th anniversary Mac, man. Make it happen.
20th anniversary Mac. With quotes, without quotes. 4,500 wing wangs.
Oh my god.
Got that poster. Got a magazine that's available on the Internet Archive. I'm sure.
Keyboard. How much was that keyboard?
It's a bid. It's a $20 bid. So it's like I said before, that's not bad. But you know, comes with the box. That's cool.
Yeah, only 6 days remaining. That's
$11 shipping. I don't think that's going to survive. But look at the hands. I mean, that just tells you.
Do my fingers have to be that short to use it? You have to be like
this will.
I used to work at a cannery. This is the perfect keyboard for me.
I think this will go well over 100, especially since they claim it's never used. It looks like it's in pretty okay shape.
Yeah, pretty okay.
Yeah, I'd say that's going to go well over $100, unfortunately. Yeah, we got a poster here, $94 for a folded poster.
All original creases, Steve. That's increasing the value.
Increasing the value. Get it?
Value added.
Value added. Excellent condition. Oh god. I mean, look, I like posters as much as the next weird Macintosh enthusiast, but it's a bit much.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Are you going to order that UMax frisbee that I've seen fly by like 6 times?
That's for the personal stash. I can't show that on camera here.
That's right.
Oh, we got another scanner. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, a biz card reader.
Ooh,
I didn't know UMax made such crap stuff. Astra flatbed. Just seeing. Oh, there's the one that matches the iMac. I think LMNO was talking about that before. The Astra Net. Look at that. That's be yours for $20 whole. Ooh, we have a frame holder. It's a $400 one. That must be a wide.
Steve, we just went over on time.
I
know. Klaxons. Oh, we're so sorry. We'll have to have you back on next week to see if you can win the prize again.
I'm still scrolling. It doesn't stop until I close the page. We got some UMax 16 gigabyte DDR3 memory. That's questionable. Yeah, that's what I have, the PowerLook 3. See, this would be of interest to me, like the actual dedicated scanners, but yeah, this is just dangerous territory for me. Look at the Mac version. Here we go. $50. Read your business cards. Because, you know, why could you bother to put them in a normal scanner? This is just just keep scrolling here. Oh, scan this.
Hey, scan you, buddy.
Hey, you go scan yourself, pal. Ultimate color scanning. Scan it. Is it one of those hand scanners? Yeah, that's what this is. Software included. Pro Image Plus. Yeah, that's Word Perfect. Yeah. So Ron is giving me the wrap up signal by his middle finger in the chat. So Ron has limited time today, so we thought it would be a good idea just to pause the eBay segment for like an hour. And if you guys like this sort of thing, let us know. We'll be here to do whatever you want in another time. Words are hard today, Ron.
Yeah, words are
Daylight
tough,
savings
but
time.
I am all in for doing this again. Maybe next time we'll maybe we should try it where it's like that. It's here's crazy things I found, and you can show me crazy things you found, and we kind of share those things. Maybe
We get some submissions and stuff like that. That'll be cool.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But
too.
Ron has to go in a little bit. Are you gonna stay for a little while, or
actually I know I need to jet because I've got
I
fixed
I'll
my
keep
parents'
going.
windows. Okay, actually I got a funny story. So and then I gotta go. Just 10 more minutes, Steve.
Well, I'm putting you on the clock there, Ron. I'll
know.
stick around, but I know you gotta go.
Right.
The tables have turned, my friend.
They absolutely have. Here, let me actually pick the right OBS lobby. Much nicer. Okay, so here's my story. My parents, I went over there yesterday or actually last week, they were like my dad has like a very weird way. It was like, Ronnie, it's your father. It's like he sounds like Lorraine Baines McFly from Back to the Future too.
And as if you haven't recognized your father's voice in 34 years.
As if I'd be like, who is this?
My caller ID hasn't existed for the past 30 years. I don't know who this is.
So Ronnie, it's your father. And I'm like, okay. I said, yeah, great. Hey, how have you been? And he goes, we're having a problem with the computer. And I'm like, okay, well, like what's going on? And
your mom's in the hospital. That's not important. We're having a problem with the computer.
Right. It's I was searching for cars I'm never gonna buy. My dad loves cars. But anyway, the whole thing is that I guess somewhere along the line they got a bunch of spyware on the machine.
Oh, lovely.
And he wanted to tell me the story about how they got spyware, as if he's going to be in trouble or something. that I'm going to be like, you did what? Or something like that.
You go wash that mouse with soap right now.
Right. It's so I was like, he goes, well, do you want to hear this? And I think they could tell that I was a little agitated. And I was like, they're like, well, do you want to hear the story or not? And I said,
Dad, I'm in surgery right now.
I said, if there's a choice, no, I don't. I do not want to hear this story.
And that's what he proceeded to tell you.
Right. It doesn't matter how you got here. You're here now. So let's just take care of things. So went ahead.
Eric is very right. This is every family support call ever.
But I just cut people off anymore. I'm just like, I said, I appreciate, yes, you've got a problem. I'm not especially interested in what you perceive the problem to be, because I'm the one that does this professionally. So if it was a mechanic issue,
there was a high tide and there were these crows outside. I think that had something to do with it.
Right. So I got up and I had some toast. And then
your mother left the toaster on the dark mode, so it burnt the toast. Had to go to the store to get the regular bread. They were out of it, so I had to do the next best thing. Carl down the street. Well, his car broke down, so I had to help him. So the next week after Sunday, we went to the big boy and we got the other bread. But the bread was a little moldy, so we had to go back. And they said we don't take returns from this bread because of the times that these are in. So I had to call up the company, and they wouldn't give me anything. Eventually, they gave me a coupon, but they emailed it to the wrong email address. So I had to call them up again, and then they mailed me. This is just just a flavor.
No,
sorry.
That's absolutely it. So I was just like, no, I'm just not especially interested. I don't really care how you got here. You're here now. Let's just deal with it. So I went ahead and I took some RAM over there too, because I thought, it's been a while since I've done anything. So I cracked their machine open, and the machine is like of the era that uses DDR2. I'm like,
lovely.
Well then, I guess there'll be no RAM upgrades. So I start taking a look at the board, and it's got it's got like bowed caps and stuff. And I was like, yeah, this is more serious than what I kind of thought. So I had like some kind of early like i5, like when I upgraded my machine, I pulled my Asus board out, and it's got like an i5 and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. So I went ahead and I loaded them up, and I got their machine all fixed, and I got all their spyware taken off. And I called them back to say, hey, we're going to deliver it. And that's where I've got to jet off to, is to take their machine back. But there was another desperate attempt at a confession of how they got this on there. And so I look, and I was like, I said, I just don't need to know. It's okay. But it turns out that it was like Ask Toolbar. I guess somebody has been like, with the fogies like to install, the Ask toolbar. And
It's
so
coming back. That's a brand people recognize and trust. We have to take advantage of it.
It was like our friend Bonsai Buddy said that this was going to be. So
avenge my death. Ask Jeeves.
I know. So I've got to run and take their machine back to him, but it's all cleaned up now, and it's doing really well. And yeah, there we are.
Well, that's excellent. Thank you for hanging, Ron. And I know you're doing a lot for Marchintosh, and you've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts. And if you aren't subscribed to Ron's computer videos, you better do it, or I'm just going to sternly look into the camera for the next 35 minutes. It's going to be really awkward.
I know.
Really awkward.
Steve's got that intense eye contact thing going on, so you want to limit that as much as you can.
Also, Ron did a video recently about getting the batteries out of your vintage Macs. This was a lot of fun because we just sat at that table right behind me and we filmed it in one take, as if you couldn't tell. But our unholy acting talent just, blew all the audiences out of the water. We got so many thumbs up and all that stuff. We just hit it out of the park. So, Ron, that was a lovely idea to do that. And check out that
fun video. Yeah, definitely check that one out. And then check out the one that comes out on Tuesday, which is another video that I did with Steve, where we test Silicon Insider's new FPU add-on board.
I forgot we shot that.
for the Mac Classic 2.
How did you come here and get 2 videos in the can and I got nothing? But a 60-second YouTube short.
I don't know. I was like, here's what happened. I went to Steve's house and I was like, Steve, what do you want to work on? I showed up at like 9 a.m. or something like that. And Steve comes out and he's like, it's going to be a bit. I can still taste toothpaste. I'm not ready to get rolling. I said, oh, okay, that's fine. And so we sat around and just chatted for a long time. And I got to meet Steve's wonderful wife and meet all the bunnies and the kitties. And he showed me some cool new stuff that he had picked up. And I was only going to be there for, a little while. And so it was very much like, I look at my watch and it's 3:00. And I was like, Steve, I guess we got to do something today. And he's like, yeah, we probably ought to get on doing something.
Put pants on,
Yeah. So it's like, but I'll if nothing else, it just means I need to come back.
Of course.
So that we can.
I think you got some goodies. I mean, you brought some to me. I don't know if you've revealed any on your channel yet. But you got some of those goodies, so we have.
No, I haven't yet. I've got to record some stuff on that.
We have to do a Tinker stream together of that. That'll be fun, maybe.
Well, yeah. If it turns out better than our Tinkle stream, at least we'll stay monetized.
Hey, that wasn't my idea. You said this is what all the YouTubers are doing, and you just pulled out the camera.
I know. I went over. That wasn't the only thing that got pulled out, but I went over to Steve's, and he was like, "Hey, I have all this watermelon and beer and coffee," and I was like, "Sure." And then it went downhill from there. But that's
why did you chain me to the toilet?
On an angle, so
where all the performers are in the corner, it just goes.
There's some water that collects over by the performers.
They'd love it.
It's pee.
It helps the retrobite process. Well, Ron, I think that's the perfect way to let you go there. Thank you so much for joining. You could subscribe to Ron's computer videos and all that fun stuff. Please.
Yeah. Absolutely. Steve, thank you so much for having me on. And I just have to brag on Steve. Such a nice guy and always thinks about, and he's always trying to promote people and do nice things for the community. And then occasionally he has me on too. So that's
this concludes my court-ordered service for the week.
Niceness. So everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you, Steve, for having me on. So
sure. I'm going to stick around for a little while, but you have good luck with your parents' computer, please.
Yeah, I absolutely will. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Thank you again.
Take care, Ron.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was Ron of Ron's Computer Videos. He was hanging out here for a while. Again, if you're not subscribed to Ron, of course, Ron leaves. I lose my mouth of how to talk correctly. But subscribe to Ron's Computer Videos. He has a lot of cool stuff going on. So what I want to do today is focus on some stuff that I was fixing up, and we didn't really get closure on that. So these are 2 boards that I was working on for Eric. So I have them behind me. If you want to stick around, we're going to take a look at those. And we'll go from there. And let's see. if I can get the camera correctly. I just guess we'll just keep on this one here. But we have two boards, and yeah, they're wrapped up in here because I was trying to keep them dry. I apologize for the horrible microphone noises that you're hearing. But this is, let me turn the light on. My head's going to be yeah, that's not the best, but we have this lovely Macintosh LC575 board, which was giving us no signs of anything. And we did do some fixing up here, and this was ultrasonically cleaned, and it looks pretty darn good, I'd say, at this point. So I'm going to test this again, but I also have another board to test here. Let me figure out how I wrapped this in there. Oh, I see. That was kind of foolish of me. 1 second. This is a Classic 2 Revision B board. You could tell because it only has 2 ROM chips on there. This was giving us sort of a checkered pattern. Was ultrasonically cleaned. It looks pretty darn good now. But you can never tell with these things. You never know if there's going to be something that's slightly off. So, yeah, I know, Ron, Adam, lovely and top notch. You have to take a shot. I did a video recently talking about the Macintosh MacFX clear case, and it was unscripted, if you couldn't tell, and I repeated myself quite a few times. Lovely, top notch. I didn't know what I was saying. Had a fever dream. No, that's a lovely product. Check out that video. That was fun to do, and I can't wait to build that Macintosh SE. That's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, so we have this Classic 2 board here. Hey, Patrick. Macintosh forever. All right, so we're going to put these boards on the desk here. Now, for the Classic, I could bring over the chassis. We could test that. But the 550 is back there. So let me get the camera. Oh, that's right. We're going to use the above camera here, if that's okay with you folks. Let's see. So what I'm going to try and do is try and add the camera. Let's see if we could do that correctly here. You have to turn the camera on first. That's usually how cameras prefer to work. Oh, it is already on. How about that? You can do that. Oh, that's a big zoom in on my face there. Nobody wants to see that. We could do one of those things. There we go. All right, so let's see if we could do this correctly. I'm going to let's close that. We don't need that anymore. And let's add a second camera here. If that wants to go through. Oh, nope, because I have the wrong HDMI plugged in. As everything from my desk falls apart. That's what you expect here. Oh, we're upside down. That's okay. Well, see, with OBS, I could turn it upside down. In this software, I can't. So I think that's going to be how it is. Well, either way, you'll be able to see if it does something. So I'm going to take the headphones off because I don't need them anymore. I'm not talking to anybody right now. Okay, and if you guys want to hang out for a bit, we'll continue along and we'll test some things. I don't even know how many people are here. Still about 50 people, it looks like. I can't rotate the camera. It's on a tripod that does not allow me to rotate it. So we're kind of stuck like that. And that's just the way it's going to be here. Oh, yeah, that's a lovely shot. Hi. So we're gonna plug the wrong board. Oh, we're off to a great start. We're gonna test this board here. So I'm gonna walk this way. And now I'm upside down. Can you still? Yeah, you can see. Hi. Okay. Unfortunately, it still seems like it's doing the exact same damn thing it was doing before, which is absolutely nothing. So that's disheartening. But maybe we'll have better luck with the other machine. All right, so I turned that off. We're not getting anywhere with that, unfortunately. Okay, let me hide the second camera here. So that was the 575 award. Yeah, I'm gonna try swapping that chip there. I think I have one of those machines that's battery bombed. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the chip is making a good connection, so I don't know if it would be that. But yeah, that's kind of disappointing, kind of very disappointing. But we still have another machine to test. So I'm gonna grab the classic chassis here. There. I can't point today. And we'll test the Classic 2 board and see if that wants to work. Let's go for broke here. As I traverse the basement of cables and tripods and desk chairs. Bring out the SE first. Okay. Let's move this over here for a second. We'll have to get this guy over here. Classy chassis. All right, so I'll try and move things around here so we could get some sort of visual here without just my gut. Sorry. I think I'll just move the camera. Let's see if we can just do this. Hopefully everybody is doing well today. Yep. That good enough? Maybe? Kind of? It's going to balance maybe? Kind of? Yeah, it's close enough. All right, so this is our Classic 2 here. We did get some lovely snow. Thankfully, it was just enough to cover the car and make it a nuisance to dust the car off. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. So we're going to take our Classic board here. No worries, Rudy. Take care. Yeah, it is lunchtime. I won't be streaming for too much longer because I want some lunch myself. But I'm very curious if this works because it wasn't the ultrasonic cleaner. That's usually like one of the steps that you go through. Make sure that you could ensure everything is cleaned. There's no dust or dirt or scunge or any of that crud hiding under things. So we're going to test this. Hopefully it works. Yes, that is very right, Kate. This is like Saturday morning cartoons, except on Sunday and not cartoons. But all right, so I'm hungry now too. But we're gonna try. So plug this in. We have no memory in here, but hopefully this will be good. 3, 2, 1. No chime, unfortunately. That's disappointing. And we get the same stupid pattern. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. If anybody has any ideas, I'm all ears, but it doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. Oh boy. So we're 2 for 2 here. It's not exactly the best feeling in the world when you're trying to fix these things, especially when you're trying to fix them up for a friend. Well, I guess we could take a quick look-see under the board, see if we could find anything. Yeah, I'm very much done with winter myself. And no, we're not going to play chess. Oh, boy. Let's see. We could take a look-see. I left that light on. Actually, I accidentally left the soldering iron on overnight one time. That was very, very bad. Very, very bad. Okay, so let's stop this camera. Let's add another camera, and that'll be our Microscope. And there we go. And we can make that sort of like this. Can we do that? Yeah, and then we'll put this back over here so you can see my lovely face, which is the only reason why people tune in. I know. I get emails like that all the time. Steve, we just want to see you. We don't want to see anything that you're working on. Okay, so we have our classic 2 board here. I'm going to take a look around the memory and stuff like that. It'll be fun. So, yeah, you're going to be able to. I should put an advertisement right here because you're going to see a lot of that in these types of streams. But any sponsors, iFixit, any of those people with deep pockets, you want to throw some money my way, I could use it. Just making sure any pins aren't, falling off or anything like that. I'm going to tilt the microscope a little bit. See if we can look under some of these things, huh? So, like there. So, get a good look at the underside of these chips. Is a bit green, but these things seemingly are making decent connections. Now, there could be a broken trace somewhere. We don't know. There could be a bridge trace somewhere with a capacitor. We already did fix a few things on this board, but I'm not seeing anything that's jumping out as, oh my gosh, it's not doing this, etc. Let's see. Oh, is that? No, that's making a connection. It's hard to tell with some of these memory chips. You go, oh my gosh, it's not making a connection, but how the pins curl under it. So, yeah. The tip was dead after that. Well, this tip still seems to be okay, but I'm pretty sure my days are numbered with that soldering tip. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. Just see if any of these pins are touching, because sometimes you could get a pattern like that, just like this, with the pins touching. But I think Elemento in a previous live stream mentioned that sometimes you get those patterns like that with memory. Could be a memory, or I think a video memory error or something like that. If anyone's more familiar with the classic 2, you could correct me on that. But just looking around here, everything looks pretty darn clean, which is good. I guess I could try a different pair of ROMs. I suppose that wouldn't hurt. I mean, there's a repair that we did there, which is fine, I suppose. That caplet's a little bleh, but Eric said he did beep that out, and that seemingly was okay. We do have our friend here, this chip, which is always fun to work on. I believe that was in good shape, relatively speaking. There's a lot of crud that amassed on there, huh? Deep empty pockets. Apple HomeKit. Oh boy. Yeah, you got some crud that's amassing on there. That just probably came out of that via. It was just hanging out there. Might be good to test to see if that has continuity. There's still copper there, but you never know. You never know. I mean, this looks like it has crud in there, but who knows? I mean, that pad was obviously ripped, but that was going here, and that looks like it's making a connection there. So that went down and this way, unless they wired that in wrong. I mean, I don't know who did. I think, yeah, Eric did that, so I would trust him. But it's always, you're always questioning things. So Elemento says, if I recall correctly, that pattern is the default that's in the video ICs. So when you see it, it might be a broken trace from them to the RAM or the ROM. Well, thank you very much, Elemento. That's a very, very helpful explanation there. Which Mac is that, Vintage Hillbilly Shack? Yeah, so we have the ROMs, which are right here. These are, if I could get the microscope, well, those are the ROMs. So what we could do is we could just swap out the ROMs, just to have some fun here. I'm going to do that. I think I have, I think I found my other Classic 2, but I'm going to just carefully, let me take a look first before we start removing anything. Let's make sure we actually have the thing to test it. Okay, so here is my Classic 2 board of the same revision, and let's just read the ROM chips to make sure they're the same here. So we have this is 3410261. I think the ROMs are in the wrong orientation. At least compared to mine, the ROMs are in the wrong orientation. Not orientation, but they're in the wrong spot. You know, one ROM should be in the other one. I don't know if it matters. I'm pretty sure it does. Wouldn't it be funny if it was as easy as that? To charge Eric overtime, if that's the case. No worries, Richard Chilblade Jack. 7,100. All right, so let's reseat these ROMs. Because I didn't take these out, not even when I cleaned them. So let's just see. Wouldn't it be fun if that fixed it? That'd be so much fun. All right, so let's hide this guy for a moment. Let's see. Bring our friend back here. Get the camera for this. This might be good. And where's the board? Here it is. So might have been that the ROMs were just not in the right spot. They were in the right orientation, but ROM A was in ROM B's slot and vice versa, it seemed. So that could have been causing the problem. We're about to find out. So let's plug this in. See if anything different happens. 3, 2, 1. Yes! We got a chime, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Yay! Fantastic. Well, that makes me feel a lot better now, doesn't it? Oh, Eric. So the ROMs were just your old swapperoo there. How about that? How about that? Well, now we know that if the ROMs are in the improper state there, that pattern emerges. And I'm very curious if there's another Mac 2 that Kate sent me that had a similar problem. I wonder if that was the case. I do wonder. No, this one, unfortunately, the Macintosh Classic 2 does not have the built-in row. Okay, well, something happened there. I don't know if the analog board on this is going or not, but we did get a bit of a power dip. So we're going to turn that off for a second. We might have to recap this analog board here. So something didn't get enough power, and it was either it restarted itself or the analog board was on its way out. But that's generally not good. I will test that theory by using my known good working board just to see if that happens with this. I have not recapped this analog board yet. I'm sure it needs one. I have not gotten to it yet. Check the voltage in the floppy socket. I can do that. I have the technology. Where's my multimeter? I had to find where I put the multimeter. Here it is. So we can do that. Oops, sorry, the camera was right next to the multimeter and it got sad. So we can check that. But at least the board is showing much better signs. So let's go to up this thing here. I know Bruce had an excellent little video, but we do have a diagram here. Bruce did make a video about checking the voltage on these Macs, and I think we're just gonna cave in and go to Bruce's channel, give him an extra view. Here we go. Voltage conversion. That was 8 months ago. I don't think that was it. He did one about it's about voltage. Oh, testing and adjusting the voltage. Here it is. So what we're going to do is take a look here. Here's a handy little diagram. I believe that's on here for half a second. There we go. All right, so we have a few pinouts here we could test. It did chime, Eric, and it gave us the cursor and everything. Now it did reboot. I think that may be the analog board's problem. I don't know. Yeah, so just use the hard drive connector, quick and easy. Check 5 and 12. Yeah, where's the that's right here. The hard drive connector. Duh, we could use that. So 5 volt would be the red, or would that be the orange on the Molex connector here? That's a good question. I'm not sure, but we will find out. So set this to DC voltage, and we do need a ground. So I could just plug this into the black wire. Is that accurate? Because that's ground in this thing. Yeah. we won't break anything too much, right? Red is 5. Okay, so confirming for my own sake here. Yeah, that is what I thought it was. Yeah, so the blacks are ground. So the red is the 5 volts. So that means the yellow or the orange must be 12, and it is. Okay, so let's do a testaroonie here. We're just going to, well, I could use this one here. Oops. Well, yeah, that's fine. So we're not getting anything because the machine's not turned on. But all right, so the multimeter is plugged in. So let's turn this on and see what this says. So 4.9. Not terrible. So let me shut this off because I don't like probing and unprobing things while things are on. And that's just me. You don't have to do as careful as I do, but that's just me. So let's turn this on again. Measuring the 12 volts. That is not too far off. Okay. Interesting. Well, anyway, this analog board does need to be fixed. So you said you trusted me, but I wouldn't. Well, Eric, it's a mutual trust. So it seems like the voltages are in an acceptable range, but I have to recap the analog board anyway. I have a cap kit for it. I just haven't gotten to that yet. To see if it dips while it boots. Yeah, let me see. I have this blue SCSI here. We'll plug that in, and we'll do the same. I'm going to do. I guess we'll do the 12 volts here, and just see if anything happens. I guess I'll need a mouse or something. A keyboard and a mouse here. Yeah, that is very true, LMNO, and that is something that I really haven't played around with this machine. This chassis was given to me to test it and fix it, and then I ended up keeping it. So that is going to have to be something I'll look at. But I had to replace the octocouplers and diodes on these for similar symptoms. Those are part of the feedback circuit on the analog board. Oh, that sounds like fun. Well, let's see what happens here. So we have our little Blue SCSI DB25 adapter, which it's getting power right now, so that's good. We have our cursor moving, so ADB works. And well, oh, there it goes. All right. So you do get the welcome to Macintosh. It is still thinking. There it goes. All right, so seemingly okay. I'm going to shut this off for now. And that will be something I'll have to look in further into what exactly is going on there. See if my cap kit includes some of those little parts. If not, I may have to hit you up, LMNO, to find out some details on that. But it looks like the analog board may need some work, but the logic board, hopefully, that's not the analog board's fault. The logic board seems to be working well. So, yay, Eric. So the ROMs were installed in the improper fashion. So that would cause it not to be happy. Thankfully, the ROMs seem to be in okay shape. Otherwise, it would not have booted correctly. So let's review. We have two ROMs here. This is the Revision B Classic 2. We have two ROMs, and there are two port numbers on the ROM. And so this bottom ROM is 341-0261, okay? And this top ROM is 341-0257. And these were swapped. And you always want to make sure that the pin, there's an extra pin here in the socket. You want to make sure that is empty on this side. And this is pushed all the way as much as you could get it for the pins here. So that was the problem with this board. Happy to say that that has been resolved. We swapped it around. This was Eric's board. I was just testing that one to see if the voltage differed. But we could do the test again with this one just to make sure it boots and everything. But I don't think it's going to do anything differently because, well, at least I hope not. Being silly over here, testing the wrong things. That just gives us more content, right? So I'm going to shove this in here and test the 12 volts again and see what happens. You got it that way. Well, there you go. That's just one more thing to check. I should have checked it, but I saw that the ROMs were in the proper orientation, and I made an assumption, which was a bit foolish of me. But oh, the mouse does not want to work on yours. Well, that's frustrating. Okay. Gosh darn it. I thought we were making progress here. Well, at least it's booting. But for some reason the mouse doesn't want to work. I'm gonna shut it off and reconnect the ADB. Maybe it's just a little fun. I don't know. Oh, the keyboard works. The keyboard works, but the mouse does not. All right, let's turn this off. Let me see something here. Just take a look at the ADB port. Seems to be okay. A little crusty, but let's just see. Let's just swap these ADB cables around. Just make sure there's no tomfoolery going on here. Let's try this again. Okay, that's weird. Now there's no chime. Let me unplug this mouse. Oh, this is very strange. let's just take out the ADB keyboard. Okay, then. Oh, all right. Yeah, I think this analog board is a little bit on its way out. Well, I think we're going to have to put this aside because I don't feel like taking apart the analog board and doing a recap of this today. Something is not acting 100% right here. And to be honest, I don't feel like doing that right now. But might be some of those suggestions that Elemento made earlier. But we do have it booting. We do need to test some things further on it, but I will put this aside. But at least we're taking steps in the right direction here. That's what we like to do here. We like to try and make progress on these repairs. It's sometimes extremely slow, but yeah, it did look that way, Justin. So that's concerning. Ugh. You classic you. Yeah, I have another chassis. I have to recap one of these. I have the parts for it. I just have not gone through the process of doing that. And there's a lot that could be going on. It could be just something as simple as, I don't know. So we'll figure that out. But I'm gonna move this so it's not right on the desk anymore. Ugh. But at the very least, that did give us a bit of a look-see. And now I'm curious of the 575. Are those ROMs incorrectly? Well, let me stand up and go grab that. Oh, it doesn't have ROMs. That's right. Yeah, I was thinking of the Color Classic, not the 575. Yeah, because the LC 575 does not have ROMs. So I have this here. It did go through the ultrasonic cleaner. It does look nice, but this was still no chime when we tried it, which is always frustrating. I'm just getting a second look at this thing. I mean, my next step would be poking around by these caps, I suppose, but I mean, it is almost lunchtime. I don't know if I should take a break and keep going, or if I should end it here and come back another day. What do you guys feel? You wanna hang out for a bit longer? I'm gonna take a lunch break though, because I am getting hungry. But I don't know if there's any more I could play around with on this board, just off of what I've looked at already. But I mean, that's the problem with these things. There's always something. There's always something. Always something. Maybe about 40 people here. Let's see. Yeah, let's take a look at under the microscope at least. We'll do that for a little bit, and we'll always take a little lunch break or something. So let's swap-a-rooney this here. And just take a look. See if we spot anything that shouldn't be. Any pins that are not touching where they should be. Because this is showing no signs of life, which is very sad. And this was our repair that we did. That's still holding, thankfully. Yeah, look at all this residue from the cleaning, all this gunk that was occurring here. Some memory chips here. Yeah, I wouldn't think it would be the CPU. You never know. But this board was in pretty good clean condition when I got it, so I wouldn't necessarily think that that would be the cause here. Now, these were reflowed here. This one looks like it's touching. It is not. At least I don't think it is, because I could put my scalpel through that. But let's have the multimeter decide. Yeah, that's not touching, thankfully. But wouldn't be surprised if it was something small like that. A little solder ball, or a leg not touching where it's supposed to. Oh, that one's not touching. We'll come back to you. And sometimes, that's also the ultrasonic cleaner will, if there's a very slight bond between things, it will erode on that, or it will suggest that finds a better bond. And yeah, so we do have to fix that. I don't know necessarily where that pin goes or what its purpose is. But I know Eric said he did touch those areas up before, so we will fix that. Let's see if any other of these, they look all okay. I might as well check all of them, I guess, while we're here. But I suspected it would be something small like that. Those seem all okay. Just give them a little bit of a nudge. All right, so we do have to turn our soldering iron on to fix that one thing. Just move some of the stuff here, and I'll read the comments in 1 second. So, 7th from the right. Is that soldered well? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The one next to it does seem to be soldered on. It's just this one here. We'll double check. Yes, thank you, Mr. Soldering Iron, for beeping the sound of your people to let me know you have turned on correctly. So I believe it was this one here. Which one was wobbly? This one. Let's make sure that none of these have any problems. That looks like it's on there. Yeah, so it's just this guy here. Okay, so we're going to try and fix that up there. 11th or so that moved, but I had suspicions about the 7th. No worries, no worries. Well, it's always good to have a second pair of eyes here. It does help. It does help. Now this is extremely small pin here. Hopefully I can manage to just do this 1, 2, 3. Otherwise this might be a pain in the butt, but let's try. Okay, I think that did it. Let's just make sure we got the right one here. Okay, I think we got it because none of these are moving now. There's a bit of let's just flux. Okay, I thought that looked like it was making a connection, but it's not. But you have to be very delicate with these pins. I'm trying my best not to bend or move them too much, but that was the one we just did, and that seems to be okay. So we could try this again. I don't know if we're going to have any better results, unfortunately, but I'm going to do a stand up, and I'm going to move this camera just a wee bit. And it'll be upside down. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Let's stop the microscope camera. And add the other camera. And it's going to be upside down, but that's just the way it is for now. Sorry. And we're just going to walk over there, and we're going to test this board and see if that has resolved the issue. Hopefully it did, but no promises. Let's try and turn on the keyboard. Nope. So the fan does turn on, but that's about all it does, seemingly. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a break for lunch. So, yeah, I know it's upside down. There's nothing I can do about it. The camera's mounted upside down. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I will have some lunch so I don't pass out and get all loopy and silly. Although that would be entertaining, it's probably not good for my brain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to have some lunch, give myself a half hour, 30-minute break, something like that. You're welcome to stay around and just hang out if you want. I'll send out a tweet when I come back. Yeah, we're going to just take a little break here, and I'll be back when I can. And maybe you'll see us when, excuse me, maybe you'll see me when you come back. Let me see if I could put up a, I used to have a Be Right Back thing for my other, when I did the StreamYards, but this is through OBS rather. But this was when we did this is different. So that's an Open Talk branded one. I guess I could use that. No one's gonna care. Let me just open up the Photoshop here. I am a gravity lord. Yes, I know what that is, but that sounds good to me. All right, so we're gonna just put up a little thing here. I'm opening up the Photoshoppery here. And let's say Mac84. That's I have the proper branding on things these days. All right, we'll just do that. And fill that color in there because we don't need that either. Fill. Whoops. It would be great if I could use Photoshop correctly. It's Steve failing at Photoshop Live, but you can't even see what I'm doing. So I apologize. It just makes it very sad. And hold please. Hope everyone's having a good Marchintosh. I've seen a lot of people put out content and stuff, which is excellent. Because that is the whole point of Marchintosh. So it's very cool to see those people put out their great content, whether it be a blog post or a YouTube video or anything like that. Marchintosh.com is the website if you're not aware. And the hashtag is Marchintosh2020. 2022. I skipped a few years there. So yeah, all right. So that image should be fine. I'm gonna do a save as Rooney here. Wait for that to process there. And we'll just save that in our pictures folder like a normal human being would if the Mac wanted to cooperate for me. There we go. Excellent. Let me upload that. Can I do? Oh, I guess I have to do it like an overlay. Oh, the things I do. The things I do. All right, there we go. So I could probably put this up once it situates itself there. There we go. You can still hear me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be right back in a little bit. I'm going to grab some lunch, and I will catch you guys in a little bit. So we should probably put a be right back thing up there, and I'll say I'll be back at say somewhere around 3 p.m.-ish. Not maybe that long or that short. I don't know. We'll just put in a little thing on a jig there, and we'll go from there. So catch you guys in a little bit. Microphone. I'm back. All right, so where we left last left off, we were looking at this LC575 board, and let me just catch up on the chat, see if I missed anybody. Let's see. Who do we miss here? That's not the actual computer clan. That's actually an imposter. So whoever has that computer clan name, that's not very cool of you, folks. Oh, I gotta turn off the music. Sorry about that. Let's stop that. It's the first time I ever used that music, so sorry about that. Yeah, that computer clan guy, that's not the actual computer clan guy. Because if you go to their channel, they don't got anything. So why don't you change your name and your logo, dude? That's not cool. All right, so you keep the music on. We have differing opinions from the crowd. All right, so let's refresh everybody of what we were doing. So we have a 575 board that my friend Eric sent me. And the little CUDA or egret chip, whatever you want to call it, is a little questionable on this one, but we think we fixed it. But we're still not getting any signs of life out of this machine whatsoever. We put it in the machine. We turn the power on the back. Press the button on the keyboard. The fan starts to turn on the machine. And that's it. No chime, no picture on the screen, nothing. So this was recapped before it came to me. So, oh wait, no. This is the one oh gosh, my memory is terrible. Did I recap this one? No, I don't think so. I don't think I recapped this one. Eric, you remember? Oh boy. All right. Well, anyway, yeah. I think this was just like in not working condition. Have you tested the CPU by removing it and installing another? I have not, but I wouldn't think it's the CPU. Excuse me. We could try, but I don't think that would be the case. But it never hurts. Excuse me. My goodness. My bottle of water here. I'm just not drinking the darn thing. Well, thank you, Kai. Kai says, if you get soft power, the egret and CUDA should be working. Yes, there is 2 VRAM modules in the machine. I just don't have any regular memory in there. But I did test it with and without that. No, I didn't have the PRAM battery in. Let's my stomach is making noises. I apologize. Let's wire one up. Although the other board I have didn't seem to care, but we could do that easily. So, just for funsies. So I have a what's this, an LC2 or an LC3? Is it an LC3? Yeah, it's an LC3 that I had this little thing. The VRAM is from another working 575. So I know that's fine. So let's just take our soldering iron here, and we'll just undo our little hot fix of the battery terminals. Oh, it's fun when solder splashes at you. And we'll just use this on something else. Oh, well, we'll see about that, Kai. Hopefully you're right. And this was an easy fix. Because I did test Mike's board, and I forget if I had a battery for it, because it's one of those weird ones. But I tested that so long ago. Who knows? All right, so let's get this situated here. We have 3 pins, and I always forget which is which. Isn't that nice? I do have some little extension wires I will be using. Grab those. I'll do gray and purple. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's cut those so we don't have to use the whole animal. Oops. Let's try and just do it like. There we go. I'll explain what I'm doing in a second. So, and that's why we do live streams together, because I'm no genius. I forget things just as much as the next person. I'm just making these little things that we could pop in here, and then I could solder these wires to here, and then we have a battery holder that I could reuse without worrying about that type of stuff in the future. I do have some heat shrink. Let me go grab that. Might as well be semi-professional here. Folks like you are you and I are crazy. I'm not going to dispute that, Kai. Yeah, so let's test it. I would love for that to be the problem here, and so would Eric, because Eric's like, come on, man. I mean, we did see some nastiness on this, and so you know, this board, his board has issues to begin with, but yeah, I would love for that to be the case. All right, cool. So that heat shrink would work. So what I'm just going to do here is we'll point the camera down because we don't have the best setup here right now, but we're just going to get our wires here. And we're going to make ourselves a battery holder thing. Who needs wire clippers when you could use your fingernails? All right, so this wire is very thin, very cheap, but it should be fine just for the 3 volts that we're pumping through it. Anything higher than that, and I'd be highly suspect. All right, so I do have clippers here. There you go. All right, so I'm just going to wire these up. We'll attach purple to red because that makes sense, and black to gray because that also makes sense. And if you're asking yourself, Stephen, how does that make sense? Well, then you don't know me, because it does not make sense, and I'm just being silly, absolutely silly. In fact, I'm going to cut this heat shrink in half so we could use the same amount and go like that. Well, actually, no, we're just using one. That's perfectly caramelized. All right, so we're just going to use one of these. Hardly used, perform before 75 this weekend. Boxed. Original owner bought it, used it for 6 weeks, then put it away and never touched it till I bought it. Oh, that is awesome. How is the battery? I bet you were concerned about that. That's what I would be concerned about. But that's a great find, Kai. It's always nice to find those things where it's like, oh yeah, it's in the box, it has all the stuff, and it actually works. I mean, that's cool. Okay, so let's just solder these 2 wires together, which should be fairly straightforward. I'm not the best with soldering. I'm not the worst with soldering. A bit of a happy medium there. Sure, I'll take that any day of the week. Yeah, sure. That makes a connection. That's fine. All right, so let's do that again. Yeah, I have 2 550s. I do not have a... Wait, no. I think I have a 575 board that somebody gave me with a color classic. Like, I'm talking about mid-2000s gave me one with a color classic. So I do have one board. And I can certainly put that in the 550 to make it 575. Because the 550, oh, it's fine. But 575, well, even better. All right, so I think that's good. So we're going to put our little heat shrink over the connecting bits. So this will hopefully last us for a little while. Use our heat gun here. Hopefully it's plugged in. It is, thank goodness. That's right. Yeah, I've seen a few of those too, Adam. In fact, I got 2 monitors that way. I mean, they're just the Performa monitors. There's nothing I really wanted. But I was like, okay, well, it's in the box. Let's see if this'll do it. Perfecto. Okay, so we have our battery holder. Oh, I guess we should test the batteries that we took out of this thing. Not the most reputable brand, but it was what I was able to purchase at the time. I think I got them for my niece and nephew's Christmas gifts. Batteries, gifts and toys and junk. 1.4 volts. 1.4, that's close enough. I'm going to shove these in the battery holder there. And now we have 2 little pigtails here. We can plug these in to the spots on the board. Now the fun part is, this is the fun part. This is the really fun part. Which is positive, which is negative. Hopefully I can just find the ground, and that'll tell us which is which. So I'm gonna go to the pin that's closest to the VRAM. And none of them go to ground. Fantastic. Well, here's the Molex connector. We can try that. No. Well, that's going to be fun. I don't know which is positive or negative. Well, it uses a 4.5 volt battery, but if you get 3 to 3.5 volts, you're not going to really have a problem. It's Strider. It's not like such a strict thing, but yeah, I need to figure out where the battery pinout goes. Let's see. Let's look for a photo online, because it would be lovely if the pinout was on the board, and I remembered it for a short period of time. I forgot. Let's see if the service manual says anything about the battery. Move the battery from its original hook and loop fastener and fasten onto behind. Oh, hook and loop. That's called Velcro, buddy. All right. I think the red wire goes opposite the VRAM slots. That's what I would guess. It would be lovely if. Oh, here we go. It shows you a diagram, but it doesn't really tell you. Oh wait, here we. What? No. It's for a black and white image showing you. Here's where the wires go. It doesn't tell you which is positive or negative. That's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. Well, Lou's making cables in the kitchen. She just asked if you want some vanilla tray bake. Sure, you just put in the put in the mail along with some boards, and see in a few weeks, right? Just the boards will be vegan. I'm not sure about the tray bake. The Strider says, I think the red wire goes the opposite of the VRAM slots. And so the red in our case is purple, because why not? Let me see. Wait. I think how I figured it last time is I checked the positive of a capacitor, or negative of a capacitor. Yep. Yeah. So negative is the one with the 2 pins closest to the VRAM. So you were correct in your guessing. So red, which is purple, will go there. And ground, which is gray, will go there. And we'll see if we get any different result from this. Wouldn't that be fun? You'll see me hooting and hollering over there like an idiot. You'll barely be able to see me over here, right where my finger is, there. See, that's where the performer is. So I'm going to put this in there and make sure the battery is actually turned on. We'll do that before we slot in the board. And we'll see if there's anything positive going on here. So let me adjust my pants so I don't flash you. Sorry. And we'll mosey our way over here. I do the camera thing, but then it's super zoomed in and upside down. All right, the machine is on. Let's test the power button on the keyboard. Well, still no chime. I'll give it a second for the video, because sometimes it does take some time. Still nothing. I'm going to grab my blue scuzzy here. Quite like the blue chair. Here, let's. I know it's going to be upside down, and people are going to be like, "Why is it upside down?" But I mean, there you go. You'll be able to see better. Excuse me. Yes, Eric. They make great microphones. Try it again. At least the blue scuzzy gets power. Let's see if it tries to do anything. Nope, no activity. Try again. Well, that didn't do anything. Ugh. Catch up on chat. Remove upside down cam. Okay. I think there are two different. I don't know. I don't know what. I've never had that problem with the 575 before. I'm not doubting anybody. I'm just saying. I believe I've tested them without the battery, but what do I know, really? So, so that's fun. Plug in the blue SCSI into it. No activity on the blue SCSI. I just get the light there, which tells me that it's getting power. So that's good at least. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Just looking over the board again, see if I missed anything. I guess we could take the processor out and take a look, but I don't think that would be causing it. I mean, it's very well could, but that's not what I would assume. I don't think this is going to be thin enough, is it, to pry in there? No, it's not. I'm going to have to get a really thin screwdriver, which I don't know if I have. No, this board didn't have any terribly bad caps, just had some minor problems, which we were able to hopefully resolve. But there's no promise on that. So I'm just touching this off very carefully here. Oh, that's not going to be thin enough either. Well, we have a conundrum because I have no clue where, well, it's probably upstairs, where my small screwdriver is, my small flathead screwdriver. It's probably most indeed upstairs. I don't feel like going all the way up there to get it. So, nuts to that. I will tell you, I've been working on my Macintosh clones script for part 2 of that video. That's shaping up to be a fun one. I'm afraid there's not much clones in it. It's more of like IBM and Apple doing deals behind things. That's pretty much what that episode is going to be about. But I swear, the next one, real good toy commercials and plenty of clones. So, dead CPU, can you swap it? Yeah, I can swap it. I'm just trying to find out a tool that'll help me do that. All the screwdrivers I have on the shelf behind me are of the long variety, and all right, let's look some of my drawers here. There might be something I could use without going too crazy here. Well, that's not it. This might work. You very, very carefully. And for the CPU to fry on this, I don't know. In my mind, that would take a lot. You know, these things are pretty resilient, I'd say. Ugh. Last time I brought a butter knife down here, I think I left it down here. And my wife was not too pleased. We were like, wait a second, where'd all the butter knives go? There was one just in the drawer. And I'm like, oh, I might have taken it. Okay, we'll put it back. I don't know where I put it. All right, so there's the CPU. All the pins look all happy, pretty, but take a look under here. No surprises there. Everything looks good. I will swap it with another. Let's see if I have another I could grab. Nope, not those. Nope, not those either. Well, poopy doopy. Maybe I could grab one from over here. Nope, that's a different one also. These boards play tricks on you because they look so similar. Then you go grab it and you're like, that's not the 575 board. That's something very similar, but it's not that. Well, nope, that's not that either. Those are dead boards. None of them are the right ones. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, those are LC ones over there. That's a classic one. Well, I do have one over there. So let me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk this board over to that machine again. Do a swapper, and we'll see. We won't go to the zoomed in cam because I don't think anything's gonna happen, but we'll see. All right, I got a CPU swap. Let's try it out. Nope, same thing. Well, happy birthday, Luke. Hope it's a good one. All right, so swapping the CPU did exactly nothing. Same exact symptoms. I am curious, though, if I looked under the sound chip, if everything was disgusting. And unfortunately, that may be the cause. Because there's a lot of important stuff by the sound chip on these Macs. I'm not particularly sure on this model, but I guess it's worth a shot because it is surrounded by 4 capacitors there. So let me just put this CPU back where it came from so I don't mix anything up. So the symptom we're getting is the soft power will turn the fan on the Mac and you hear the noise and everything. If I have headphones in, the speakers will pop. I'll get an audio noise, but no startup chime. The machine is otherwise dead. So not exactly fun. But at least we know the processor is not bad, which is good. Even though it's an LC040, it's still an 040. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know if it needs it to boot because I've definitely had machines with faulty sound chips that have worked. However, let's look under the microscope. Okay, let's do that. Just make this a little bit bigger so I can see what's going on with the chat. All right, so now these caps were there before I really touched up the machine at all. So it could very well be that there's something wrong with the caps. This sound chip has seen better days. Let's look at the side. Let's tilt our microscope to the side to get an extreme view of that sound chip and really look at it under the microscope. Be very scrutinizing here. Well, appears to be okay. I mean, yeah, there's some gunk under there. But I don't see anything like it screams out problems. It could very well easily be a bad VIA. That would be fun to track down. Oh, boy. Well, take a look at the job that we did here. This little egret, CUDA, whatever you call it. We had to drill in and solder that to the point there. Make sure those legs are still touching. That's a very good question, but I think Kai was saying that if the egret is bad, it would not do soft power. I don't know if Kai is still around. Might be able to confirm that for us. Can't say I've really diagnosed a 575 before. It's usually Color Classics. I know these are a bit dirty and gunky, but let's see if they're still making a connection. They appear to be. I mean, there is a bit of gunk under here, but this chip was removed and cleaned, so this is just all old flux or something that got softened in the hot water of the ultrasonic cleaner, so nothing that I'm too concerned about. And this seems to be making a good connection to here. Now, there was a broken trace under here, and we did fix, or was that on the, no, that was on here, I think. Yes, yeah, because we could see, if we could find it again. Yeah, there was a broken trace here, but we fixed that. I just hope that didn't come loose. We got a hair there. Let's see if we can look at it from an angle. Now, this is a 575. Easy way to tell is the Quadra board has devilish smoke coming out of it always because it's a pain in the butt. Now, the Quadra board is brown. This is a green board. I'll tell you the difference there. We're not going to be able to see under this really, but I'm just curious if anything looks loose under there. There's a lot of flux and gunk. But I believe that wire I put in to fix that break is okay. There's a lot of gunk under there, but none of that would be corrosive, I don't think. Just flux and such. And oh boy. Do a FLIR camera, maybe you can see if it's too hot. Well, the problem with that is, John, in this particular machine, the board slides in. So there's no way for me to test this board externally. I do have a FLIR camera. That was an expensive thing I bought last year. And while I would love to try that hypothesis on this, I do not have a way to test this board outside of an enclosed machine like that. If this was an LC20, I could do that on my Performa 630 or whatever it is, but I can't do that on this model, unfortunately. But good thinking. Oh boy, so yeah, I mean, all these caps look good. I guess we just have to poke around and see, huh? Just keep poking around, looking at vias, seeing what was good, what is bad, what smells funny, what doesn't smell funny. I guess let's start where the caps are, because that's usually where you're going to find some damage. And I mean, a lot of these don't look too hot. You know, I'm not sure about the pinout for these machines, if that's something that's readily available or not. I mean, a lot of these don't look awesome, but I'm just going to specifically check the ones around the capacitors. Those will usually get the worst beating. A lot of little hairs and junk here, but A lot of little hairs by the Velcro. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there are schematics for this model. If there are, I'm misremembering. I'm not saying someone hasn't reverse engineered this yet. I would have to solder things to these individual pins, and that doesn't sound like fun. Yeah, a lot of these vias don't look the best, but I mean, especially this one. But there's still copper under there at least. This one actually looks like, well, no. See, it tricks you. You think, oh, there's the problem there. There's a rotted one. But then you scrape it, and there's copper. But, you know, these are the types of traces I'm talking about, usually right next to the caps. I have these problems. Now, I can go ahead and just rip all the caps off and recap the board, but that's not exactly what I was planning to do with this machine. But unfortunately, that's something you have to consider, especially when we're trying to fix up something that you don't know the entire history of. Someone else has had to go at it. Before then, somebody else has had to go at it. So, you know, for all you know, this thing could be zapped to oblivion, and you just would not know it. There's a bit of a scrape on it, but that generally looks okay. We'll test some of these with the multimeter in a moment. Let me zoom out. Some testing. This is a 575 board. The caps look so nice on it. Unfortunately. So that's making a connection. Well, that's fine too. I think that's just dirty, but that should be making a connection. Gunk in there, hopefully. Yep, that's fine. Any problems between these guys? Anything touching something it shouldn't? No. Relatively looks all good. Same there. Take a look around here. Okay. Okay. Usually there's a break here because of the caps leak. I've had that happen a few times. That doesn't seem to be the case here. It's fine. That's fine too. So those caps appear to be okay. That's fine. That's fine. I thought that would, well, I could be wrong. That appears okay. So where does this guy go? Oh, we can turn it upside down and see. Just trying to see if I can get any reading on this positive cap, which I'm not having any success with so far. Yeah, that's not fun. Too modern for Marchintosh. Nah, it's 12 years old. That's fine. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get that invested in this machine. No, thank you. That sounds like a lot of work. But, Let me test on. I had the other board here. Oh, no, it's a different one. I was going to test. Yeah, here it is. Whoops. There goes the multimeter. I think I need to drink some water. I'm feeling a tad bit dizzy. That's not good. A little bit better. All right, let's see if I could get the same result on this guy. Can't quite seem to say where this connects to. Sorry, I know this is a little boring. Just trying to figure this out here. Well, on this board, I'm having the same problem, so it might just be it connects to a weird spot. Let's see. What if check this here? Let's make sure this is not touching anything. It shouldn't. Well, I can't really test that because the cap is kind of on top of it. It's a bit frustrating. Yeah, I don't really want to have to take those caps off if I don't have to. This is where I'm trying to see if something is touching something it shouldn't. Let me get an angle here. Okay, I don't think it's touching that. Make it flat on the surface here. Be a bit easier to focus on, huh? Yeah, I don't think that's making a connection there. I think that's okay. Let's see if we can double check. Alligator clips to hold small exposed wires. That's a smart idea. I've used the alligator clips on my multimeter before, but they're usually a little too bulky for something like this. Oh my gosh, it's my fingernail. Yeah, that's not... Well, all of my hopes and desires this afternoon have kind of gone out the window. I thought we could fix both of these. Because we did have some success with the Classic 2. But this one I'm not so sure of. Not so sure of. Just looking to see if anything fell off the bottom or looks weird. Done this look before, but never hurts to check. Everything appears to be in good shape. Well, that's a pickle, isn't it? Oh boy. I'm not giving up yet. I'm just very curious here of what's going on. I don't know if the sound chip would cause the machine not to turn on, because I've had machines with dead sound chips that would turn on. And again, it could be as simple as a capacitor bridging something that I can't tell. So I didn't put them on, but I do think Eric was pretty careful in putting on these capacitors. I don't see any problems. I did see a problem on the Classic 2 board, but that's because it was right next to a line of something else. I'm not seeing that problem here. These all seem to be okay. I'm just looking at them from different angles. You know, see if I could spot anything out of the ordinary, but really I can't. My goodness, what to do? Take everything off and redo the board. And then when that doesn't work, what do I do? Yeah, taking off these tantalums, it's very easy to just burn them to a crisp and they look terrible. I kind of don't want to do that if I don't have to, but I don't know what else there is to do at this point, because we've taken a look at a lot of things. This board looks pretty darn clean. Just one thing I have noticed is whenever I put this into the 570, the 550 I have, it's a bit hard to slide it in. Like there seems to be some resistance, but all these pins look okay. I'm not seeing anything bent or anything like that. So they should be making a good connection. So that's a little perplexing, but well, try reflowing that side of the board. That chip that had a pin loose. Yeah, I did. I took that chip off and I cleaned it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break, go up and use the facilities. I'll be back in just a moment. So you could groove to the music. I'll be back in just a minute or so. I think I forgot to hit the music button, didn't I? Yeah, I forgot to hit the music button. Oops, sorry. Oh boy. This is one of the weird Macs that needs proper joined ground between the sound circuitry and the rest of the machine to avoid problems using the sheet everyone discards. Well, my machine has this sheet on there, so the stairs are noisy. Well, oh well. It was on for a while. Oh, I didn't click the loop button. Oh well. Yeah, I'm kind of perplexed with this, and I tell you what, I'm kind of like done with it. I don't want to look at it anymore. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else for me to do today. So let's look at some other things briefly, and then I guess we'll call it a stream because I don't know. What do you guys think? It's here about 38 of you here. It's about 4 o'clock, so it'll be dinner time sometime soon. But the buns are doing okay. They clean their pens though, because garbage days tomorrow. Let's move the microscope out of the way. Kind of done with that 575 for now. I don't know. Sometimes I find it best if I sit on these things and just think about them, and then come back like the next day, and I'm like, oh, let's try this. So, I did get some CDs in the mail, and this was from a guy on eBay I bought stuff from before. And that's going to be a different stream, Vintage Hillbilly Shack. We'll do that tomorrow or so. I'm dedicating a whole thing to that, or a video. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah. So these are 2 CDs. Kidsoft Club. That is Volume 3, Issue 3. Demo Top 50 Kid Software. Buy and download full versions right from this CD-ROM. So there's a bunch of stuff on there. Then there's another one that is in here. That would be uncomfortable. This is another Club Kidsoft one. Just says Macintosh. There's no nothing else on here except the date of 1995. So maybe this was one of the earlier ones. No, see, the tech step doesn't go that far, I don't think. It's not, it doesn't have the ROM packs for that particular machine, unfortunately. The Family Doctor. Hey, look at that. Also, the tech step has to be on. Like, the machine has to boot up for it to actually really diagnose things. So it's sort of limited. Very cool, but it's limited in what it could do. It could test memory, it could test sound chips and stuff like that, which is great, but it is kind of limited. We have Fax STF. I remember my aunt and father using this software to fax things. This was before OS 10 had built-in faxing. And then this is why I bought the set of CDs. Quantum Leap, Quantum Leap, like the TV show. Great TV show. QuickTime Test Kit. This says QuickTime 2 for Macintosh and Windows. Test your computer's performance with hundreds of QuickTime movies. I thought this was really neat. Never saw this CD before. So that is the disc there. This will be archived and put on Macintosh Garden and the Internet Archive. There's a whole reason I bought this little set of discs. I think it was $5 or something like that. And I thought that was neat. That was very neat. So that's why I bought that set of discs in this little package. The rest of these, the kids' ones, these are probably already archived, but I will check. The Family Doctor I know is probably archived. Quantum Leak. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Mike, have you been snooping the whole time, or you just tune in? Because just curious. So yeah, we did try our homemade battery adapter. That did not seem to solve the LC575 problem, but at least we have one now, so that's good. Christian, hello, Christian. Yes, this will be put on the garden. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. At least we made progress with the classic board, although the analog board is a little. But that's my problem. That's not anybody else's problem. The whole reason for my having a Mac is now for my 6-year-old son. Well, that sounds like fun. That's something you could bond over, play around with. Trying to see if there's anything else I have the energy to look at today. Because with the time change and everything, I didn't get as much sleep as I thought I would. And I had to wake up very early today. And I want to go back to sleep. Sad Mac sent me a Discord thing. Okay. I will check on that. I have my notifications turned off, but thank you, Alex. I'll check on that. I didn't see you come in. Hello. Adam says he's been restoring a 2GS system saver this whole time. The foam around the bottom was turned into sticky goo. That happened to mine as well. I bought one at VCF Midwest, Adam, and I had to like take all the goo off with like towels and toilet paper and whatever I had in the hotel room just before I could put it in my suitcase because it was all sticky and I don't know. I tell you, my brain's kind of like fogging up right now. I'm just kind of feeling like, So, something I was going to ask you, Steve. I'm hunting for an elusive copy of a British primary school software called RM Maths. Who can I talk to about discussing it? Well, Luke, I would suggest to get the best reach, if you have a Twitter account, go to your Twitter and make a little post about that. Mike, no, you don't have to do that. Eep, thank you very much for the super chat, Mike. 4 more years. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I'm going to fall asleep in like 4 minutes, Mike. Yeah. And I have a Tinker Different direct message. Oh, boy. I'm popular today. So, Luke, what I would suggest is if you go on Twitter and you make a post about that, I will retweet it and try and get you some eyes on that. I don't know if you have a Twitter account or if that helps, but try that because that's probably the best way to get attention of that. I mean, we have some people here who are quite smart with vintage stuff. Maybe they have a copy of it, but British primary school software called RM Maths with a plural S there, as people outside of the United States refer to math. Twan Gamer says, my iMac G3 will not bong anymore. I hear hard drive in the chime, but nothing on the screen. Well, if it chimes, that means it's bong. Oh, will not boog anymore? What is boog? Boog. Boot? I guess the G is close to the T. Will not boot anymore. Probably an analog board problem or a CRT or a flyback problem. iMac G3s are unfortunately notorious for that. They get very hot and stuff like that. So, do you have a need for a personal laser writer? I have 2 in my personal possession, Nick, and then someone is threatening to give me another one. So, yeah, I don't really need one, Nick, unfortunately. You can bring it to the VCF swap meet and maybe make a few bucks from it or give it away. Yes, I will mention it to Hyper Talking. I mean, if it's a slot load iMac, some of them have VGA ports. If it's not a slot load iMac, if it's the older tray loading ones with the tray loading disk drive, if you flip it upside down, unscrew the back, plug in the whatchamacallit. Oh, brain hurt. There's a DB15 connector there. And you could just plug in a standard Apple to VGA adapter. You should get a signal in there. But I have 2 of them. Power supplies are dead. Oh, that sounds like fun. For OG Apple image writer. Oh, the first image writers. Those are cool. Yeah, the image writer 2 is basically like everything the original image writer was, but a little bit better. And they're much easier to find. So, if you're looking for an image writer 2, if you're looking for an image writer 2 does all that and more. It can do color. It's a little more compact, a little bit easier to service, I think. But, yeah. Well, we've almost been going 4 hours, even with my lunch break in here. But I think I'm going to wind it down. Is that okay? Hopefully. I do have to find a cable and do a pinout for somebody. Well, maybe I'll do that tonight. I don't know. Yeah, try plugging in a screen if you can, depending on the model, and see if you get any different signs of life out of it. But yeah, I have to go clean the bunny pens today because it's trash day tomorrow, and that always takes a lot out of me. So that's gonna be fun. But Bruce should be waking up soon. Maybe he'll stream. It's Monday for him. Oh boy. Yes, Luke, I will pass along the message to James, Hyper Talking. He is on Tinker Different under the name Hyper Talking. So it's a pleasure hanging with you, Steve, during this long airport link bus journey. Well, I hope that's fun. Oh, got to sign up for tinkerdifferent.com. I mean, come on, don't make me Don't make me click on the banner and then see if I have one in here. No, I don't. So I'm going to type it. Wow, I can't even type it. That's when I know I'm tired. I can't type good. There you go. Tinkerdifferent.com. There you go. Oh, Justin is streaming. Really? Justin Morgan is streaming. Well, I'm going to double check that. And if he is, I'm going to tell everybody to go watch his stream. So what the heck you doing here? Justin does great streams. Let's see. Yes, he is. Justin is streaming. I'm going to put a link in the chat of Rooney there. First, I'm going to give it a like because why the heck not? All right, I'm going to share that link. Copy. And so, Justin's stream. Oh, Adam beat me to it. So, Justin is streaming now, my friend Justin. I'm going to put a link in there. If you didn't watch, see Adam's link, please look at my link. And go watch Justin. He has a great account. He's looking at building a Blue Scuzzy kit right now. And I'm gonna try and do a screen share here. Let's see if that'll work without breaking things up. There we go. So Justin is doing a stream now. Please go visit Justin. Go watch his stream. I'm gonna sign off here. But yeah, I'm gonna suggest you go watch him, and I'm gonna go get some rest and clean up the bunny pens and all that fun stuff. But thank you very much for tuning in today, for all the super chats, the likes, and subscribes, all that fun stuff. We'll be streaming again in another day or so, probably. I just released a video about my Macintosh clear case that I got from MacFX, and the Mac SE30 that I plan to put some mods in and all that fun stuff. And I'll be releasing another video very soon. But that's about it for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And take care. Have a good day.